How is everybody? Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Thank you once again for coming through for another Fix It Friday. No, I'm not late, Bread. Bread is literally like saying I'm late. I'm not late. I was on time. I made it by 10 seconds. I was not late. So you don't have to worry about it. Thank you for the hydrate. By the way, I fixed the redeems. Couple announcements. So, one, we fixed the redeems for the soundboard, right? They should be the appropriate volume level, and they should be working properly now. Hopefully. The second announcement is that tonight's stream, Fix It Friday, is sponsored by HelloFresh. So if you want to give those guys a check out, the link should be down below the stream. Essentially, you can place an order, get 10 meals with them, as well as, I believe, Breakfast for Life is the current promotion. Essentially, as long as you're a HelloFresh customer, you'll get free breakfast, one per box. So that's something, if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. I'll talk more about them later on in the stream. They are definitely one of the better meal services I've used. They might actually even be my favorite at this point. But again, we'll save that all for later. And the last announcement I have before we kind of kick things off for the stream for the night is apparently memberships are open. YouTube kind of had those open for like a month or two, and I never bothered to click confirm. So for those of you guys who are on YouTube, if you've ever wanted to, you know, get your hands on the emotes that I use on my Twitch chat, or you just want to help support me for the guides or any of the stuff that I do here, that is now available over on YouTube. Okay, that's enough yapping. That's enough of the announcements. Let's get to what you guys are all really here for. Gamba. Right? See? Gamba. Easy. Just get a Dignisorb, right? It's just like that. It's just that simple. What's a real tragedy? Getting Dignisorb? Is Dignisorb a real tragedy? I don't think it is. But yeah, for those of you who are wanting to submit characters for Fix It / Flex It Friday, as always, if you're watching on Twitch, it's already in the title, right? ! Discord, post under Fix It Streams. If you are on YouTube, the link to the Discord is down in the stream description. Whale? What do you mean, whale? It was a Dignisorb. You act like Dignisorb is a real thing. Ain't nobody play that artifact no more.
The more.
Yep. Which by the way, also speaking of Tori here, I want to give a shout out to Luna and Tristan for helping with yesterday's stream again. That if you guys missed that, the VOD is up for it on YouTube. I had a lot of fun doing that. I'm probably going to edit it down with just like the best segments. That was one of the most fun streams I've had in a very long time. Outside of the usual Fix It Friday streams, but I really, really liked how that stream came out, and I kind of want to make a kind of like a highlight reel of the best moments, because some of the stuff was pretty funny, I feel like. Yo, what's going on, So Solid? I'm doing good. Hello, good sire. Is it good to have multiple of Tori's artifact? I'm only free to play. I only have one, right? So, I mean, that's just me. I think it's always smart to hold 2 copies of a limited minimum if you have it, but I've only gotten 1, right? Hello, ATK. We should flex Evelyn's. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay? I just got my Evelyn to level 50 last night. She's fully upgraded. Now I got to get her to level 60, right? And then after that, I got to skill her up. So I'm pretty excited to play Evelyn, right? It's just, unless I spend batteries, it's going to take me a couple more days to get her done. I played RTA and Janua did 3 RNLs and I died because it procced every turn. That's RTA. That'll teach you. That'll teach you for trying to play RTA. That'll teach you to have fun.
What do you think?
This is a no fun zone. Don't you know that? Sheesh. People out here acting like they, like your opponent shouldn't just pop off and RNG you to death.
I didn't see you there.
Oh, that's cool. It's voice. That's awesome, actually. I like that.
Please come again.
Wait, is this the chocolate from the side story? It's pretty funny, actually.
I had my eye on that one.
Hi, Sue. Have you watched the halftime show? Yes, I did.
That one.
I watched it live. You're talking about the Super Bowl halftime show? I watched it live. I'm a big Kendrick Lamar fan.
I had my eye on that one.
King Kendrick's got that good music. Can I ask a follow-up question? Where can I farm more gold other than Wyvern 13? So the absolute best way to make money in Epic 7 right now is, I don't want to say it's like a lesser known thing, but if you go into the Book of Memories and you open Eulogy for a Saint, this is the best place in the game to get money. The problem is you can never complete Eulogy for a Saint. If you open or close, like if you finish or close Eulogy for a Saint, you lose access to the best money-making spot in the whole game. Right? So if you go, I keep Eulogy for a Saint open 24/7, 365. So this level right here, 3-7 in Eulogy for a Saint, Gray Field, is by far the best stage in the whole game if you just are trying to farm money. You literally just, I'll show you how fast it goes.
Dark Blade. Chaos. Witness my power. Dark Blade. Chaos.
And then I have like another one because my RB is trash and doesn't kill apparently. Imagine not proccing basket and not killing. Couldn't be me. Oh, you know what it is? I think I might have actually taken off of his EE by accident because we were like moving stuff around. Let me double check. Did I take it off him? No, I did not. Okay. But yeah, it's, you see like that level's pretty fast. It gives more stigma than any other 8 stamina stage in the game. And so every time you run it, you're basically getting more resources than you would running any an unrecorded history level. And if you could just rapid fire farm the stage in like 10 seconds or less, you can literally just gain hundreds of thousands of stamina as long as you have the leaves to do so. Right? It's super, super ridiculous. The problem is, once you close Eulogy for a Saint, you lose access to it forever, for the rest of your whole E7 lifetime. You can never get it back. So, if you're looking for what's the best, it's that. Otherwise, Wyvern 13 or Rift. That's kind of your options. Hello, Asmodeus. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day again, everybody. You could have spent it with anybody. Instead, you decided to spend it here, flexing your waifu PNGs. I appreciate that, though. I also am painfully single. Let's see. Yeah, we should buy these. Why not? Let's buy the elemental summons. What's the worst that could happen, right? We didn't need armbands anyway. We didn't need any of that anyway, right? Who is my E7 waifu this Valentine's Day? Can I pick Luna? I'll take whoever will accept my invitation. Luna, Surmia, Huayong, one of those. What is this? No accounting for musical taste? What do you mean by that, Steven? I'm far better than any of the customers. What did I miss? I don't understand. Context, please. I have to specify RGB or ML? Blue Luna, Bystander, Hua Young, Lionheart, Semia. One of those. Celine is the GOAT? I don't know about that. Dude, I was getting hit with some propaganda earlier. I had somebody in my server try to explain to me, you don't understand. Spirit Eye Celine has the 3rd lowest win rate amongst all ML5. She needs a... And I was like, nah, I am not hearing this. That character could get banished to the Shadow Realm for all I care. That character could fade into obscurity. I'm spending my Valentine's Day watching this stream because I'm at work and customer service sucks. Ah, I see. I gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. As somebody who used to do food services for a while, and then customer service for like IT, right? Oh, man. I don't ever want to go back to any one of those careers. I don't envy you. You guys just get like abused all the time. It sucks. Event? Spirit Altar? There's a Spirit Altar event? Huh? Since when? Wait, don't I need like... Yeah, we need to run Dark Spirit Altar. Yeah. You have 2 Lunas in the lobby when you could also have Wolf Luna at the table and Drew. We used to have Wolf Luna at the table. We put Tori at the table just to promote Valentine's Day, Asmodeus. That's the only reason. She was the new unit, so she got the temporary seat at the table. Come tomorrow, she gets the boot. I say that, but like honestly, I actually don't hate Tori after that side story. I thought that character kind of redeemed themselves in the side story. A little bit. Just a little bit. IT customer services basically have you restarted your device. This is true. Very much true, right? Very, very much true. Don't know why people say she's bad. Huh. But like, Fred, isn't that... Hold on. Let me see something. Let me make sure this work. Let's say like, Fred sent this picture over, like, boop. Right? I mean, you must be the anomaly. You must really be the anomaly. Tori is trying her best, I agree. Alright, so as I said before we get going, we get the show on the road, a couple things we gotta do here. First off, we gotta do Guild Wars. And as I said last time, here you go. 5-1 in Guild Wars, yes or no? Not 6-0, 5-1, yes or no? I have gone 5-1 like for like 2 months straight. What is my favorite Tori line? I haven't actually heard all of them. Let's go listen.
You've got this, Tori. I'm so sorry. So nervous. Stop teasing me. Huh? Me? Here, I'll wrap you up nice and pretty. Just as I practiced. I can do anything too, you know. Huh? Me?
I don't know, I don't like any of these.
Cut to the brim. Sweet sincerity. I did try, but you
Is this
Tori.
oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sight? Thank you for the follow. I don't actually know how to pronounce it, but thank you for the follow.
This should be right, I think. So nervous. I've prepared a gift for all of you. I hope they like it. Huh? Me? Cut to the brim. Sweet sincerity.
It's probably that one.
Try, but you've
Yeah, packed to the brim, sweet sincerity. I do try. Like, that's probably the best one. What is this? Oh, is this another Spirit Eye Celine? Oh, it's ER. Oh, this is Breads. Why so slow? Where's speed? Where's speed, Dolko? He's like, we don't need speed where I'm from. Damn. This is where all your good gear went? It went here on this character? I see how it is. Okay. I see you. Speed Racer. Mike Wazowski. The conversation from earlier. So we were talking about the Speed Racer movie that's done by the Wachowski siblings, and my dumbass was like, oh, the Wazowski. Like, Mike Wazowski. No, I meant to say Wachowski. So now they are now the Mike Wazowskis. From before the Speed Racer thing. Damn, man, Jas not a believer. Yeah, the little one. Yes, you weren't there for that earlier, Jas. Where Anyo was talking about the Speed Racer film, and I was like, oh, I meant to say the Wachowski siblings one, and then it was like it said Wazowski, and then I was just like, no, Mike Wazowski. And then we were talking about that, how I ran into the guy who was top 500 in Marvel Rivals, and his handle was Mike Wazowski. I was like, damn, dude, Mike Wazowski would be top 500 in the world. Did you know that Speed Racer almost didn't get made? I didn't know that. They forgot to fill out their paperwork? What do you mean by that, really? What's the story there? No, this was earlier today, Jas. This was like 6 hours ago. Alright, when in doubt, just go look at what ATK did. Okay, I think we can do this, right? Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. We try to emulate ATK whenever possible. Alright. I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to take Last Rider, and I'm going to take Harsetti for sure, right? But I'm going to take a different character in this last spot than Flan. Do I take Tori? I think Amiki. I think actually Amiki just kind of dumpsters here, right? And I want to keep this one the same. I am a superb role model, surely.
What worthless
Jokes are sad when the recipient doesn't understand them. I'm sorry, I'm too dumb for this.
What a pathetic joke.
To the right, then to the left.
No, you can't just press S3. It's against the rules.
An ensemble of grief and despair.
Oh, I should have S3 at the start. You're right.
Blade Dragon.
Whatever you got, bring it. Well,
If you're ready to die.
think you can handle this?
I'll do what I can. Weapon system deployed.
I mean, I'm not in any danger of dying.
Run them through.
My crow is built like a tank, like an actual tank.
This is a waste of my time. I don't care for amateurs.
Like, there's like no way he can kill me.
A crack.
Don't think you're leaving.
Yeah, see, like, there was just no way that was ever working.
You outlived your usefulness.
Now,
Now
Valencia.
rest in peace.
I can't do it alone.
We can do it together.
Okay, let me give it a try. Let's team up. Really, now, kindly scoot out of here. An enticing lure.
Are you guys ready?
Always be reliable.
Oh man, Holy Sack. Who could have ever guessed, guys, that it was Holy Sack? Oh no! I never would have guessed that it was Holy Sack. Shocker.
You in the palm of my hand. Do you need my help? This bread will make you feel better. But I'm still on vacation. I told you. This is.
Yeah, Tori probably would be insane into these kind of team.
Maybe leave it to you.
I'll hurry over.
Not dealing with the potential fear there. Alright.
Just gonna sit by and watch together.
That. Yeah, I mean, this one we can just hit auto. We won this one. With all 3 characters up, there's no way we lose it.
Now. It's so tasty, tasty pie.
Alright, so that's 2-0. Hoshinomori. Let's see, is there anyone still out? ATK, why does everyone kill everything before I get to stream? Dude, we have to beat Barbecue Chocobo. Surely we just beat Barbecue Chocobo, no big deal, right? Luna beats bottom team free, right? So we go Luna. We go Luna's like cousin, and then we go Luna's younger brother. And then top team is like feels like a team that's been like somebody who hasn't updated their defense in like a year. Like it really this is like, oh, we haven't updated it in like a year. Alright, what if we just go Tori? Right? Knack? Nah, we don't like Knack. We go Tori and we go the Great One, so I don't have to deal with that character. Right? And then I don't know. Ruel. I don't know. Seems like a plan, right? I'll lose.
Just as I practiced, a real model can do this and this. Should be right, I think.
Alright.
Huh? Me? Stop teasing me!
It's got Durandal. Oh my god, it has Durandal!
Raise your sword for me.
It being on Durandal is so funny, dude.
Will be brought down upon you.
Yeah, that's not. Wait.
Has come.
Wait. What is the effectiveness on this Ruel? I have 200 ER on this Ruel. What?
Not bad for such a wretched being.
Accept what you deserve.
Dude, and I missed my oh man, this is so cringe.
So nervous. Here, I'll wrap you up nice and pretty.
Shall we test fate?
May the light guide us. I wish for a miracle.
Ready? Break out of fear.
Forget the wine.
Called it.
Fill this goblet
With your blood! Oh man.
This has been fun. Honestly, this is far more thrilling.
My own thing backfiring against me is dude. No, my own thing backfiring against me is actually legitimately hilarious.
A warm light.
I literally gave opponent creation and destruction.
You've got this, Tori.
Death has come for you.
So me. Just as I practiced, I've prepared a gift for all of you.
The ROL's just better.
I hope they like it. So nervous. I can do anything too, you know.
I'm not afraid.
Alright, finish it, Mort. Yay, we got it.
It's hollow justice at best.
Now that you know
Wait, I outsped?
I can't
What?
let you live.
How did I outsped with Ludwig?
Prove my love to
What is
you.
going on here?
Twilight glimmer. Is that the color of your passing?
That's what I said, I outsped with Ludwig.
Mediocrity you couldn't possibly comprehend. No matter how tiresome, I'd rather die than be confused. Now who's up for you worthless things?
Yeah, Sue is speed. Apparently I am speed.
Shouldn't you return to nothingness?
What do you know about me? Take it. A hero's praise is a crown too heavy for me to bear.
Is it not what a cleave should be? No, that was what a cleave should be, but like, I'm not that fast. Like, my like 250 character outsped his opener, so I was like, what is going on here? It don't make no sense. Yo, this guy's name is Fluck RNG. What a good name. Alright, we'll go here. We'll grab our girl Flan. The most cancerous, most mistake unit of all time.
Miserable creature. Finish them.
Why are you
Man, what a time.
interested in you fighting it? You've already been railed in.
This spear will be the spear of protection.
No bully.
You keep bothering me?
You have a quiz for me. Oh, what's that, Spacio?
Now, Valencia.
Teach those baddies a lesson. Dude, I don't know. So, Cell in my Discord server, the line is, now Alencia, teach those baddies a lesson. But he always goes, now Alencia, teach those fatties a lesson. And I'm just like, what? What is that line? Like, that's not what she says. But like, now he's like, keeps saying it. I'm like, God damn it. He's making me think that that's the line too. Because everyone, apparently all the characters you play into a Senya, or with Senya, they all have like 30k plus HP.
Team up. Now.
Too much HP.
Love.
But it's true.
Kindly.
Oh, let's go to Unlocks, Twilight.
I told you. This is
Mine. Yeah. Too much tank down,
Shall we
agreed.
test fate?
Alright,
I will show
we
you
stamp.
grace by granting you death.
Oh no. We're about to proc the young Senya. I don't want it.
all together. I'll hurry over. I'm still on vacation. We know.
Here we go. It's gonna proc again.
If I can't do it alone, we can do it together. If you keep bothering me, then I'll have to call my friend.
I will forever hate on the arena player with a 36k Mort and a 30k young Senya. That sounds awful. You know how I deal with that, Anyo? I just NPC battle. That's how I deal with it.
The odyssey of your life was meant to bring you here.
That's what we call the pro
You don't
play.
deserve my For the sake of peace, I'll be the villain I have to be.
Yep, Olex, that is correct. There is a bug where you have to re-download the PC client if you have not already done so.
It's a
Couldn't tell you what
red
causes it, but yes, that is true. You do have to reinstall the whole client.
Now that you've met me,
Intern Kun, in fact, did do something wrong again.
you mediocrity. You couldn't possibly.
No, I'm just gonna
comprehend.
guarantee. We'll try to get this one. Okay.
Now who's up?
All right, surely
for
this kills.
The simple way is boring.
Imagine Mort, Albedo, and Senya. Is it cursed? Yup. Sounds cursed to me.
It's over already. Looks like the rest of my day is free.
All right, so there you go. Everybody who actually guessed 5 and 1. Oh man, I feel so bad. The one time I would let everybody know, hey, I usually go 5 and 1. I didn't go 5 and 1. For the 2% of believers out there, literally, doubters actually rewarded for once. That feels terrible. Alright. Alright, before we jump into Fix It Friday, before we get the stuff in, if you guys haven't already, try to submit everything either using !Discord, posting under Fix It Streams, or using the link down below. I'm going to take some time real fast before we get started to do thanking the sponsor of Fix It Friday for today. Essentially this is the sponsored segment here. It is going to be HelloFresh. So, as you guys know, I usually don't do like too many sponsors. I only really kind of try to take ones that I personally really like or I think would add value to you. So, the reason I went with HelloFresh for the sponsorship for this actual segment this time is because this is literally the meal service that saved me during COVID, right? I have been a customer of HelloFresh for like roughly, I mean, at this point it's going on like 5 years, but off and on I probably had them for about 3 years or so. Just in case you guys don't know, it is a meal prep service. They've started adding these ready-made meals, right? So like if you don't actually know how to cook, you can still get ready-made meals like you would with other meal services. But the main like selling point I think of HelloFresh is that they basically give you all these fresh ingredients delivered right to your door. They have over 50 plus dinner options every single week. You can see I have the menu here up on screen and I'll show you some of this stuff. And they give you like a recipe card. It's about like yay big, I want to say. And it has the whole like how to prep it, how to do everything. It comes with all the spices, which if you're somebody like me who lives alone, aside from just salt and pepper, like other spices and stuff, that actually costs like a decent chunk of money. So what the value of HelloFresh was, at least for me when I first started it, is it literally taught me how to cook. Like I literally did not know how to cook like at all. I was literally fast food for everything, ready-made meals for everything, TV dinners for everything. Like I literally didn't do anything else whatsoever. Right? I did like literally I could make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I knew how to boil water and put noodles in it. And that is literally the only thing I knew how to do. And then I became a customer of HelloFresh, right? And after that, like I just followed the recipe card. Like I said, it's about this big. And I learned how to make, like something as simple as a hamburger, right? I mean, as you can see, we'll scroll through some of this stuff as well. Like I learned how to make curry, chili. My signature dish that I learned how to make from these guys is actually something that you use like a giant mushroom. Like you essentially get like a giant shiitake mushroom and you hollow it out like a bowl and you can just stuff a mushroom with like whatever you want. I basically make pizzas out of just giant mushrooms. Like that's the best way I could describe it to you. Yes, it is in fact very tasty. Yes, that is the other thing. And the thing that's like super good about this stuff, like I said, you learn, like they teach you, right? Like as you can see here, like they have this pork sausage spaghetti bolognese, right? You can click on it. You can see obviously like all the calories. It tells you like how easy it is, right? Like, so for me, I didn't know how to cook. So I knew how to boil water. I knew how to do noodles, but like I didn't know how to, skin a zucchini. Like it literally tells you right here, zucchini ribbons. They'll teach you how to ribbon a zucchini, right? So you'll get that, and then you'll get the pre-portioned like cheese, right? You can substitute your own cheese if you want, right? But the point is, like, I learned how to ribbon a zucchini, how to cook a zucchini, how to cook pork sausage, right? And how to season the sausage. And then I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. And I really like the food. And then once you know how to cook it, you can just, you have the ingredient card. You can just, go out and make it again. Like, I literally got an entire like encyclopedia's worth of just these are the things that I make from HelloFresh, and like I don't think there's like any better thing I can say about them like as a service than that. Like they've taught me a life skill, and I think that's a huge deal, like a huge testament to how good I think this product actually is. So yeah, if you do want to check them out, right? Like if you've never tried them out before, the link is down below the stream. If you're on YouTube or on Twitch, right? There's like, I think like a panel that they might have set up below Twitch. And then if you're on YouTube, there is just a link to it in the description. I should do more sponsor stuff, get that back. I appreciate it. I'm always nervous about doing sponsorship reads for that reason. Because it's just like, you know, I am also a consumer. I watch a lot of content, right? I do not want to be the shill. You know, and I don't like the ad reads either. But at the same time, like I said, if I think it is a good product, or if I think it is actually worth it, I will like plug it. And like I said, this is definitely one. This is one I've actually made, right? This spiced sweet potato curry with roasted peppers, right? I have actually made this one before, right? I don't know if I still have the recipe card, but I have made this one before. I'm not a sweet potato person, so if you don't want to use a sweet potato, you can just substitute it with, you know, a regular old potato, right? But it basically teaches you how to make all this stuff. Like I said, peeling carrots, right? That's another skill I didn't know how to do. Like I said, this all sounds basic, but like for someone like me who didn't know any of this stuff, that was super, super awesome for me. And like I said, you can see all the calorie information, right? And it'll show you like, you know, contains milk for any allergens, things like that. The other thing I should also mention that they have not, like they didn't have when I was still doing it. They added a new feature, right? It is the breakfast menu that they have actually here, right? I don't know where it would be located, but essentially there is a breakfast menu now that you can get essentially one free item with your first purchase. And I think you get that same breakfast item for free as long as you stay a subscriber of the service. So again, if that's something that is, you know, not like you don't want just a dinner, but you also want maybe like 1 or 2 extra free breakfasts a week, you can throw that in there as well. Let's see. I've definitely made this one. One pan Santa Fe pork tacos, which by the way, this is a godsend. Like I hate cleanup. Literally it's in the name for a reason, right? This is actually one of the dishes I actually cook the most. Like now to this day, like 5 years after starting HelloFresh, this is still the one that I make. I probably make this dish probably once a month at this point, right? Because it's very easy, super quick cleanup, right? It's essentially like you get the cabbage, right? You pickle it, you throw some of the cilantro, or for those of you who are less fortunate genetically, it's, you know, the soap tasting leaves, like the soap flavored leaves, and you just throw that on there after you just season some pork, right? And then it's just some tortillas and some sour cream. It's good. It's just like such an easy thing to do. It says 20 minutes. Like I think this takes like maybe 10-12 minutes for me to make this thing. Like this is actually like a bit longer than it says. But yeah, this is definitely one of the ones that is in my like personal repertoire. I make this one all the time. Amazing recipe, right? They will mail you cornflakes. This is for the breakfast. You joke, right? Asmodeus, you joke, but for something like this one, right? Onion Swiss burgers. I don't know how many of you guys have ever actually made a hamburger before, but you need something to kind of hold a burger together, and cornflakes are actually good for that, right? So if you've never made a burger, one of the things that kind of holds the meat together, because if you just don't have anything to hold a hamburger together, it just falls apart. You need some kind of binding agent for a hamburger, right? And cornflakes are fantastic for that. How's the pricing? I believe it's as low as 50, right? 50 USD, as high as like 150 USD a box. And it just depends entirely on how much food you want to get. Like how many servings you want. Yeah, so it's essentially like it's however much you want to actually get. Right? It's roughly per item you order, right? So like if you wanted these burgers, right? You would actually get 2 buns and enough materials to make 2 burgers, and then also enough potatoes to actually make French fries. That's another thing, by the way. I didn't know how to make French fries. Now I know how to make French fries because of HelloFresh. Yeah, so like I said, very, very good service. I'm trying to see what other stuff that like I personally have gotten from here that like I actually still to this day get like all the time. I have had this one before, right? The Szechuan pork and green bean stir fry. I've had that one before. It's pretty good. I was hoping that they would have it. We'll look at next week's menu also real fast, because like my all-time favorite meal that these guys have is actually, like I said, it is essentially panko encrusted, like mozzarella and panko encrusted stuffed mushrooms. Like, it is absolutely my favorite thing that I learned how to make off these guys, and that I like ordering from them. Yeah, so let's see what else is in here that's like, I've had these ones also. Sweet and spicy hoisin pork tostadas, which by the way, hoisin is like excellent condiment, right? Like excellent sauce to add to anything. I'm a big fan of Mexican food. I'm sure you might have noticed there's a lot of curry, a lot of tacos, right? A lot of like rice bowls. Like, that stuff is all super easy to make, super filling, super satisfying, super delicious. Let's see. I've had this one as well. The chicken penne au limon. Like, this is one of the first ones that I learned how to make also. Because again, my starting point for cooking was I only knew how to make pasta. So I wanted to start with pasta and then work my way up to something that is a bit harder, right? Yes, that's the other thing so solid. Yeah, the thing about these kinds of things is like you could save a lot of time and money because it comes right to your door, right? You just basically unbox it. It takes like roughly, from the time you open the box and you want to actually start cooking, most meals are like 20 to 30 minutes of just cooking, and that includes your cleanup, and then you just eat, and then you move on with your day. So if you think about how long it takes for you to get in your car, go to the store, or go to like fast food, go through the drive-thru, it's basically about the same amount of time, right? By the way, the return of the invisible cup. I know people were asking where it was at. I'm trying to see if they have, like, because these are all the upcoming meals, like, over the next couple of, oh, these ones. This is actually another one that I regularly used to get, firecracker meatballs. These are fantastic. The sauce on these is so good, right? You're essentially, like, the sauce on this is essentially, you take sour cream, right? And it teaches you how to, like, reduce sour cream, which I know is, like, a weird thing, but, like, you're basically using either water or milk to kind of like thin it out. And then you add like a chipotle to it, like a spice to it, and whip it together. And that's what you season the meatballs in. And again, going back to you, Asmodeus, the cornflakes, you're essentially learning how to make meatballs by kneading them or putting some kind of binding agent in them. It's pretty good. I think this might be relevant, but since I'm not from the US, is it cheaper to cook at home or buy some takeaway? For me, it is always better for me to cook it, right, than to get takeout, right? Because at least for me, fast food prices are up, takeout prices are up. So for me, it's easier to have a meal service like this delivered to me, or, you know, to go to the grocery store and get stuff and then just make whatever the meal is. Because even though when you buy the ingredients or like a HelloFresh, right, it might be slightly cheaper or even the same as takeout, but you'll usually almost always end up with more like leftovers with this stuff, so you actually get more food for your money, right? Just check 4 meals per week is like 40 bucks, so pretty decent pricing. Yeah, like I said, this was the one that I used. Literally, I would get a box of HelloFresh every single week off and on for the last 5 years. Like, I've had them pretty much consecutively for like 3 years or so. Like, of all of the meal services I have tried, this is the one that has had the longest lasting impact on my life, because I literally could not cook before I was a HelloFresh customer. So I think that like when they said they wanted to sponsor it, I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer, right? Like, of the 2 meal services I have used, I'm not going to mention the other one since this is technically an ad read, but you already know who we did. Those 2 are the best meal services I've used, right? Takeaway costs so much now. Batch cooking at home is bad. That's correct. That's what I do. I always do. I always buy like 2 or 3 meals at a time. Like, I'll have like HelloFresh will come. I'll make 2 meals actually at a time, right? I'll make one for like lunch and then one for dinner, and then I'll kind of flip it, right? I'll do like maybe a sandwich or something for lunch, and then I'll have the leftovers for dinner the next time, and then I'll have leftovers the dinner after that. So like, getting, if you're somebody who lives alone, it's like you see it says serves 2 people. So these firecracker meatballs, it's 2 full-size dinners that you learn how to cook with 1 serving. And that will literally, from there, kind of, you'll just be able to have enough for another one. So either you have, say, it's Valentine's Day, your significant other, you could cook them something, they have a portion, you have a portion. But if you're somebody like me who lives alone, right, you just basically refrigerate the other one, you can reheat it however you choose, tastes just as good the next day. Anyways, thank you so much, HelloFresh, for sponsoring it. I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. We can get on now to, you know, actually reading the builds that you guys have submitted and want help for today's session. I'm going to bet anything that it's Pooty who's first again, because my guy wakes up at the crack of dawn to make sure he's first in line. All right. Let me do this real fast. They can yell at me slightly later for this, but I need to make this ever so slightly smaller so that way I can actually read the materials that people have sent us. You will be honest, you're under the impression that many people use takeout because it would save time, effort, money. It does save effort. It gives the illusion of saving time, right? Because like I told you, for me, a box of like a food, I can, now that I know how to cook, I can unpack the box, prep all the ingredients, and cook the whole thing, and then clean up all of the dishes in like 20 to 25 minutes total. That is the time for me to grab my keys, throw on my jacket, turn on my car, drive 10 to 15 minutes to get fast food, get in the drive-thru, order it, come back the 10, 15 minutes that it took me to get to the store. So I actually save almost no time, if at all. It just feels like I'm saving time. Right? And then, like I said, money-wise, making it yourself always seems like it comes out ahead because you get more food for the money. So what are your thoughts on blooming Litica? I might just give her gear to other units. I don't think she's particularly very good right now. Other cleavers like Caleb's and stuff, if they're going to come through at any point, they could probably give you a more informed opinion. I think unless you're very fast, you're a very fast player, it's not really worth it. Character's not very good. Pooty is first again. Yeah, this is Pooty's Urban Shadow shoe. My thoughts, looking at this actually, I'm not really sure, right? So this is like 268 post-exclusive equipment, 270 post-exclusive equipment. And when I look at what he's got compared to what I have, right? He has about 2,000 more HP than me, but it comes at the expense of a good chunk of my damage, right? Like he's missing the 50 crit damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I feel like it is, right? And obviously it's not 100% chance to crit. I think, me personally, I think I would rather still have the damage. And if you don't want the damage, then I think you should just full send on speed. I think 26k on a stealth character, it's not as important, especially if you're going to be on Sweet Miracle. It's going to be like 30k under stealth, right? Yeah, White Base chiming in once again. Do your body a favor by eating home cooking over processed fast food. That is 100% also true. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody would have to let me know. I haven't gotten a chance to play too much RTA at the moment, post changes, right? I'm only going off what I see from like Sputnik and other like really high ranked players that are in my server. And from what I see, I think from the shoes that have given people the most amount of trouble have been the very fast 280 plus ones, right? The ATK style Urban Shadow shoes. Or the people that are playing like a lift-in where you're just like, oh, I'm only 200 speed on my rat, but that rat's like 35k, so Godspeed, you're never killing it. Yeah. Spatial saying, if you have perfect gear at 290, you're kind of goated. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like this is like... We talk about this a lot, right? Like, I like the idea of being like, okay, well, this is slightly tankier than the standard shoe, but slightly less damage. I like more of a full send approach, right? Like, either go all in on the tankiness or go all in on the other build, like all in on the speed. I think being slightly faster than the standard shoe build, right? But it comes at the expense of the damage. It doesn't make you really that unique, right? Because if you're gonna not have the damage on the shoe, just go full speed. Just full send on the speed. I think trying to do, I think going midpoint is, it's not worth it. Most of the time, it's not worth it. It's like how we were talking about Hua Yang. Unless, like, you feel like playstyle-wise it works, right? Because, like, for me, the counter Hua Yang I'm building is slightly faster than base speed, right? I should say it's more than slightly faster, but that's because I played the character enough now to know that I don't like base speed entirely. I wanted, like, 150. So I made adjustments based on how I play. But I know that Pooty plays extremely aggressively. Like, he plays for turn 1. Like, 310 speed for his, like, openers. Like, you know, 290, 280 for his, like, his galas or his hyper aggro character. So I know he's fully capable of having a fast shoe. So to see a 271 feels very weird. This is, like, something I would build. This doesn't seem like something he should build. Right? He and I play the game very differently. I play for turn 2. He plays for turn 1. This feels like a shoe that's trying to play for turn 2 as built through the eyes of a turn 1 player. Like, I think this is what a turn 1 player thinks a turn 2 shoe looks like. Does that make sense? Does what I'm saying make sense? I don't know if you guys agree with me in chat, but that's what it feels like to me. Wanted to try 313 rat, but my guildies told me not to overdo it. Oh, you're talking... Okay, that's why I just responded to that. So that's my thoughts on Pooty's Urban Shadow shoe. Like, it's not bad, but, like, I don't think that this is the direction I would have gone if I was him. Alright, let's move on to Hellion. Hellion posts, how do you rate my Bloodblade Corinne? Is there anything I can do to improve or maybe change the artifact to something else? So let's take a look. Damage looks good. Effect resistance looks good. Artifact is good. I would say this is good. I don't really have any problems with this. I think Hostess is fine. Right? I think Hostess is fine on this. Your damage is higher than most BBKs, and you're on Torrent, right? Most BBKs are like 37, 3800 attack, 300 crit damage, right? You have very, very high attack and crit damage while still being on Torrent, and you have 190 ER. I think this is very good. Yeah, I think this is a very, very good BBK. I don't think I would change anything on it, Hellion. I think, like, if you're worried about, like, what you should change, I think the only improvement you're going to see on this character is if, like, you get a better body, maybe a slightly better sword. Like, and it's only that, it's only, you know, marginal gains, like less than 1% increase in overall performance. I think the only time you could really say, like, oh, maybe I get better performance on the characters if you want to try a counter set. But that's a different play style, right? I don't think you need to throw away a perfectly good BBK for that. I think this is good. Alright, let's move on to Hokichi. Hokichi says, she's been doing well for me so far, especially when I pair with Blue Crow. Modded defense on the chest. I'm waiting for flat HP mod gem for the sword and the neck. And then parentheses here, probably for the effect res in the ring and the boots as well. So let's take a look. Oh man, look at that 10. I'm so jealous. Mine only, I only got a 6. 6 was the best I could do. So I'm gonna have to try again on Monday. Holo Trials resets on Monday, right? Yeah. So this is what we're talking about with Pooty, right? It's just we're trying to... This is like good bulk and we're just fast, right? We just abandon the damage, we just go fast. Looking at it, sword's great. You can mod the ER if you want for flat, but I don't necessarily know if you need to. I mean, 26 is eh. I mean, if you want to, right? There's nothing stopping you if you want to. The F on the helmet's kind of rough. I think you can find a better helmet, right? Because, like, you think about it, you have 18 F, which doesn't do anything for you. And, like, yeah, 17 speed is fine, but, like, what if you had 15 speed, right? But all relevant subs in there are much higher. Wouldn't that just make a better overall shoe? You give up 2 speed, but you get better stats overall. Same thing, like, this one's a bit harder to place because it's 19. I would rather have not the 4% extra health than to swap out the effectiveness. Right? If you're going to swap the effectiveness, it's probably crit chance. Like, if you could get 100%, that'd be sweet. Yeah, see, I wouldn't change that necklace at all, I don't think. Wait, this is a perfect. Did you flat HP mod onto a forger, like, perfect piece gear? That feels just not... Ooh, that feels rough. I mean, it's your gear. I can't tell you what to do. Yeah, I think maybe different shoes also would be slightly better. Like, those shoes are okay. They're not great. They're okay. You definitely modded 6F for 35 flat on those. But we could do slightly better there. There's a couple of little, like, tweaks. Minor tweaks. Like I said, slightly different helmet. Right? Maybe try to clean up the boots. Maybe ring if you could find something that's like 16 or 17 speed with more like rounded subs. Like damage subs would have been a lot better on this thing. Yeah, it looks like a Muna neck, yeah. Yes, Samaj, I am in fact alive. If that's a plus 30 hostess, he had 200 ER. I thought it only gave 30. It gives 40 at max, that he's mad relaxed on the last one that we went over. Yeah, I think this is a good shoe, right? There's a couple things, Hokichi, you can clean up, but again, I think you mostly nailed the important parts, which is good bulk, high speed, and we don't need as much critical hit chance, critical hit damage. Like the reason you used to play damage on Shu is because when you would S3, that damage that you would do, that initial burst of damage on the very first S3, it's about getting like the 20% or 25% injury mark. And if you didn't have the damage, you'd only get to like 15%. So that way, when you come back around for the S3, it wouldn't burst and kill, which is why people didn't like the ER one, right? And no matter which version of Shu you picked, you're going to get focus fired really hard. So you only had one like empowered S3 before the character probably, you know, kicked rocks. But now that you're stealthed, it's a lot harder to do that. So I think you could afford to not have damage on the character. But yeah. Let's move on to our next one here. Keppo is back again with Tori. Any advice on Tori? I don't know if there's been enough testing done yet to come to a consensus. Okay, so what are we on? We're on Destra Immunity. I think that is the most common version of the character. Most people play Wind Rider. You're on Feet of Criticism, which I think is the second most popular option I've seen. I am currently on Feet of Criticism. And it's been okay for me. Your stats are pretty actually, with the 60 extra crit damage, feels like it might be, is crit damage, like, it's probably okay, right? The speed is actually pretty high, I feel like, for Destro. I'm actually curious, like, how has everyone else been doing? Like, I'll pull up mine so you can see my stats on Tori. Look at Tori crying over here. Her lobby screen is pretty good. But yeah, like obviously you would have 60 more crit damage than me and 20 more speed. So just quick maths, you have 35 more crit damage than me, which is worth approximately 39 gear score. And then you're 21 speed higher than me, which is like approximately what, 42? So it's like, yeah, you're technically slightly better quality gear than me because your 60 cancels out from the set, right? You're getting 60 from the set. So you're like slightly ahead of where I'm at. Although I'm a little bit higher on attack, right? So, yeah. I mean, you're faster, you got more damage, less sustain. But these are pretty much the two that I've seen, right? The one that you're on right now, the one that I'm on, and then you have the Tristan Wolf build, right? As I'm calling it, because he's the only one I've seen that plays it. And that one plays Torrent, Pen, and Immunity. It goes 3 sets, like that. So, yeah. So, like, if I wanted to go, like, recommend, I wanted to go, okay, there's not enough. But if I wanted to do the Tristan Wolf setup, it would look like this, probably. And then we don't need any of this, so. Yeah, the Tristan setup would be, like, more speed than that. Yeah, something like this. This would be like how Tristan plays it. Oh, Elmage also plays the same build? Interesting. Luxeus is also saying that they play the Tristan setup. Yeah, so this is, like I said, this setup I think is very good. I think this setup, if I'm being real with you, this try setup, I think this is better than Destro. I think this setup like I have here is better than Destro. And I think if you're not going to play Destro, I think you go for the lifesteal with immunity version of the character. And this one, I'll tell you right now, this one doesn't do quite a ton of HP. Like, your soul burns do like 21k. It's good. It's not amazing. But this version is just a pain in the ass for your opponent to kill. Right? And I kind of like that. This character reminds me of like a 5-star version of good old Tempest Cern from back in the day. That's how I feel about the character. She feels like a different Tempest Cern to me. You know, just cockroach character, hard to kill, puts up consistent damage as long as she gets turns. Right? I would think honestly the 222 build, Lux is the hardest one to build. The one that, or the easiest one to build, like second easiest one. Destro is definitely the easiest, right? Because all you need is just 4 Destro pieces and it'll do the heavy lifting. I think Lifesteal is the hardest. Because Lifesteal doesn't give any bonus stats. Right? And the thing is, since you're not on Pen set and you're not on Torrent set, your damage, your lack of damage is very noticeable. I think I can't make her work with my level of gear, resource, skill at this time. I don't think I agree with that. I think this character, like, I think people need to lower their gear expectations. Like, just because you see Elmage or Tristan do something doesn't necessarily mean that it's not, like, that you have to do the same. Like, just do a facsimile of it, right? Like, if Tristan Wolf has 4,000 attack and 300 crit damage at, like, 200 speed and you can't hit that, then maybe you should play, like, 3850 attack and, like, 190 speed and, like, 285 crit damage. And, like, yeah, you're gonna give up, like, 5 or 10% match points here or there. But, like, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. Well, that's what I'm saying. You, like, it's not even just legend players, right? So, like, Tristan does not play RTA, right? Tristan does not grind RTA, so he's not a legend player because he just doesn't like playing the mode like that. But Tristan's account is better, like, in terms of gear quality, than a lot of other players. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's true, but, like, I think having seen Valky's gear and Tristan's gear might be better than Valky's gear, and Valky is a legend level player, right? Tristan's gear is kind of insane for somebody who doesn't play World Arena. He is definitely, like, in the top 0.01% of the player base in terms of, like, gear. Like, there's going to obviously be legend players, like Elmage has better gear than Tristan, right? Your brother Stones, right? Your world champion contenders, they have better gear than Tristan. But Tristan's gear, make no mistake, is definitely, like, top 100, top 150 player caliber. He knows how to sniff out the good gear. Are you making fun of the fact that I had to blow my nose, Jas? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, true. Won't derail this anymore, as this would become a weekly one. No problem. Don't worry about it. It's not a matter of that. Like, I think just people need to lower their gearing expectations, right? That's why you'll never see me when I used to do the how to play videos, like, which, by the way, I have not forgotten about that series, right? It's just couple, like, I like the last, like, 3 how to plays that I put out, like, nobody really watched them, and I put like 10 hours plus into each of them, and it kind of really demotivated me from doing them. But when I would do those kinds of guides, I would always lower the bar to make things reasonable, right? That's why, like, my Conqueror Lilius guide had like 255 speed or whatever. 260 speed is like the speed threshold. Because I was like, if I put 290 here, people are going to literally blow a gasket. You like those guides? Yeah, maybe I do one for Tori. Maybe you need to raise the bar? What do you mean? Or are you talking about ATK? My gear's good enough to hit master. That's all I need. If would do RTAs, but I don't think I have enough gear or characters. See, that's a lie. That's one of the things I'm hoping to do by the end of this season. We'll see. I don't know. It depends on my schedule and like how things go. You never know. Like other things could get in the way. Like other content might come through, or another like I have to make a guide for this, that, or the other thing. But I eventually want to get my second account RTA viable so I could show you guys that like it's about having the right tools and just drafting them appropriately. Like it's not like, oh, I don't have ML Para, therefore I can't play. Although increasingly MLs are definitely swinging things a bit further in one direction, but having characters that are close enough and drafting them well is good enough for you to get masters most of the time. I really do feel like a good chunk of the player base can hit champion. I really do. I think they just don't have confidence in their ability to play because they see other content creators with better gear than them, or they get discouraged after a couple of losses, etc., etc. Anyways, let's move on to Jas. Jas says, sadly, not Winter Soldier, but she now has immunity plus guiding light. I think this should be good enough as a more all-around build for how I draft, question mark. Can be an imprint, decently fast to go for a stun death break on turn 1 with OKF, and has immunity plus guiding light for any buff stacking or weird scenarios where it helps. Actually, this looks pretty good. 100 crit, decent F, immunity for buff stacking. Attack is a little low. I think that's my only complaint. Is attack's a little low, right? I really, really like 280 on this, or not 280, 2800 on this character. Like, I don't even play 2800 right now. I think I play like 2770, 2760. But like 2800 is enough where you'll most likely push BBK to immortality most of the time. And looking at that, I don't know, can we get that somehow? Like, we could swap flat health for attack percentage on ring. We could swap health percentage on boot for attack percentage. And I think I leave it at that, because at that, once you get that plus some guiding light imprints, that's probably enough to put you where you need to be. I think that's pretty good. Oh man, Jas got abducted by Archdemon Shadow, the ADS. He can't watch it. Does Veronica need effectiveness? No, it depends on your playstyle, Divine. Right? So for me, right, I play very slow. So for me, the goal of my Veronica is to always debuff BBK, and that's kind of it. I have even less than I thought I did. Right? So the goal of my Veronica is just to hit the bomb. That's all I care about, right? But Jas plays more aggressively, right? So the goal of what Jas is trying to do is he is trying to like kind of just run his opponent down with a mixture of damage, right? Normally, if you're just trying to play aggro Veronica, then the goal is to just have high attack and just, you know, make sure you crit, get your extra turn, do good damage, and then get the CR push, right? Like, the main reason for the faster players is, like, it's chip damage, a CR push, and a speed imprint, right? That's what fast players are playing Veronica for. I play Veronica for Vampire Hunter, right? So for me, I just care about proccing immortality, so that's why I have the app. So what Jas is trying to do with this build is be the aggro Veronica, but still have enough F where they could flex it like a Vampire Hunter Veronica. Yeah. I think this looks good. You have to let me know how this works out. If this doesn't work out, I think you drop speed and either up damage or up F. I think that's where it is. I think we start here and then we dial back to 280 and choose to either up our attack or upper F, and if that doesn't work, then we dial back to 270 and then start upping again, so on and so forth. in Ham Sauce, I was talking about the Aravi meta with another dude and how I was able to use stupid units even then. Yeah. It depends, Steven. So for in your case, you, Mr. Ice Lord, you like to play things like Banshees, right? So that's not gonna work, right? Like the age of me sitting here, right, and getting masters with like cleaving with Cirilla, right? That's over. Right? That's not gonna work anymore. I'm not gonna be able to cleave anybody with Cirilla anymore. That's just not gonna work. But I can make it to champion cleaving people with like Roy Mustang, maybe. Right? I might be able to play, you know, like a Judge Kisei or an LQC, right? Like these things actually might be not too bad. Benny Mara, like not too bad. Like you can't play like any truly bad characters now. You can play bad characters. You just can't play stuff that's like god awful. And it has to be very specialized and having a pretty exact purpose, right? Yeah, did someone test DJB to see if inverted barrier worked on Tori? It does in fact work on Tori. That does not make Desert Jewel Basar a good character. He's still bad. He's, I think, the worst win rate or second worst win rate ML in the game. Who's god awful in my mind? 5-star or just in general? Right? Like, who's god awful? Like Glenn. Like you couldn't climb with Glenn. For example, a 5-star. 5-star you couldn't climb with. Let's see. An actual 5-star. I don't think that's like it's actually like impossible to climb with. Might be Ball. Ball is what I would be willing to say. I don't think you can climb with Ball. Tywin, I think, is pretty bad. Tywin is pretty terrible. No, because the thing with Xeno, we tried it. Like, it's hard, but it can be done. It'll take a long time, but you could actually climb with Xeno. We proved that. As long as you build him as a stun bot, you can get there. Riza Hawkeye is another one where I'm like, I don't know if you could climb with Riza. But like, probably not Blue Luluka either. I don't think you could climb with Blue Luluka. I don't think that's possible either. She just doesn't do anything. But like, you know, Zahak, you could still get there with good enough gear. Senya's pretty bad also in the current meta. Alright, let's move on to Timothy. Timothy says, hello, help my baby. Just got her piece of the event, but I'm still missing 4% crit rate, and I don't know what to change to get it. Alright, let's look at it. Looks pretty good. On paper, let's see. Can't change anything on the sword. You can pick up 1% here on the helmet. 4 swaps to 5. Assuming you didn't already burn your swap. So that's 1. So I need to find 3 more. Crazy body piece. Same thing here. Helmet, or necklace, I'm sorry. 4 swaps to 5, that's 2. So I need 2 more. Damn, dude, like, that's a lot of... I think your best bet is necklace. I think is your best shot. Right? Because you have 9 ER, not very good, right? And it's the lowest rolled piece. Alternatively, if you could get like a Giga Banger on the sword, that could work as well. You could get to 98 though. It's super easy for you to get to 98. And honestly, I don't even think I would sweat 98 that bad. Right? You can make those 2 swaps. And that would put you at 98. But I think your best avenue is probably necklace. It would still need to have a lot of defense though. Like, necklace is definitely weakest piece. Hopefully that helps. This looks really good, though. Like I said, you could still get to 98. And I think that's still a very good Impure and Elnab, even at 98, right? Like, you want to see my secret cat? There you go. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always 50-50 crit. That's my secret. Also, I bought chocolate because it's Valentine's Day, and I haven't had chocolate in a while. Did anyone else get chocolate for Valentine's Day? Is it just me? Okay. What did you say that? What did you say, Spatial? Who? Oh, Elf pulled one today. Elf pulled a Wonder, a Ludwig. I just need to pull one more. Your dentist actually gave you chocolate? That's hilarious, bro. That is just too funny. No, you get chocolate after Valentine's Day when it's on clearance. That is genius, by the way. Mr. Ice Lord is a genius. Not only does he play Cultured Banshees, but he knows how to save us money. He pulled one ML Ludwig by accident? Okay. That's kind of funny. Let's move on to bread. Alright, chat. You know the drill. It's a bread build, so I'm not going to look at it. You guys can tell me how much, or is my head going to hurt when I look at it. How bad is it? On the video meet at work, I was asked about February 14th, and I just quietly embraced myself, like... It's a normal build. Oh, Brad said it's a normal build. Sign says it's not on immunity. Looks pretty standard. Not terribly bad. Alright, let's take a look at it. Yo, where immunity? Damage is quite good though. Wait, did you like wail out on this banner or did you slate her? Like, why do you have S imprint? I don't care if he's playing Bastion. I don't care if he's playing Bastion, right? Let me tell, like, lest you recall, my boy Rimuru, right? Bonus damage based on number of buffs. So what do we do on Rimuru? We always play him on immunity, even though Pen is more damage up front. You know why? Because we get a higher tier Black Flame off rip on immunity. So if I play immunity, I have another chance to proc Cascade, right? Yeah, Rimuru is Rimuru. I mean, to be fair, you would be technically tanking because you wouldn't S3 to get the Cascade, but starting with immunity, I feel like is so powerful because one, not strippable, so they can't interfere with you at all, right? Like, no, you know, pushbacks, none of that. Like, you just can't be stopped at the start, right? And then you still have the random chance of just getting the free soul burn, the 20%. Like, I don't know. I think I would just always play immunity. I don't think I would not play immunity on her. But to each their own. And if you were gonna, like, that's why I think the triple build is really good. Because if you wanted to play Pen set, you could play Pen Immunity X. I think that'd be really good. The 40 ER, by the way, with Christie is evil? I guess. I mean, this is Bread we're talking about. He builds everything with ER. I think this is good, though. Especially that ring. That ring is deceptively good. I don't know if you guys can read that ring, but that ring is, like, deceptively strong on this character. 208 flat, 18 ER. Relevant subs. Seems very good. This can one-shot some Lias. Nice. Yeah, I think this is good. I think don't think I would give up immunity, but I think this is a good start. Yeah, I'm good with this Tori. More Tori. So this one is from Buckeyes. Trying out Tori on counter because let's actually have some fun using her for once, am I right? Maybe her speed is okay for counter, or do I need more bulk on her instead? Ooh, this is a character where I'm not sure how I feel about counter set. Holy, the gear you have on this character is insane. This one is actually kind of wild. I feel like your damage is going to be a little low. Can it? What are her multis? Is it 1.2? Somebody's told me it's 1.2, right? Wait, hold on. Where Tori? Where Tori? Is Tori not in here? Am I blind? Hello? Uh-oh, did they not add her to Cecilia bot yet? Uh-oh, Tori. There's no Tori! No! Damage calc, huh? Oh, is it actually in the damage calc? Calculator.com is a sponsored website according to my thing. That's funny. Does it show? Do they show multis? 1.2 and 2.2. Those are crazy. Oh, power though. So you scale less off Mullos, but the upfront damage is quite good. How much damage is this doing? 40, 71, and then 255. With attack buff. Versus 1500 defense target. And then Bread had... When Bread was playing... Bread had... Kind of already, like, messed it up, but... Just comparing, how much damage does Bread do? 43, 56. And 284 on Pen. On Pen set. Whoa, that's a big damage increase. Versus 255 with... Oh, it's a lot less damage. That's a pretty sizable drop off. Yeah. I don't know if this does enough damage, Buckeyes. Yeah, I just don't think this does enough damage. That's my thing. Maybe we have to focus more on crit damage. Maybe it's less speed, more crit damage. I think not having a body. I think having a body with no crit damage really hurts you. Actually, your whole left side has no crit damage on it. I think that's really hurting you, like long term. Yeah, I think it's your right side, I think is what's hurting you. You don't have any crit damage here. I think we have to try to, if we want to try this route, I think we have to go for, you know, potentially something different for the sword helmet body, some different combination. I don't know why he has so HP though. I don't know. That doesn't seem really that good either. I agree with you. Some I think is okay, but like I don't think she needs a lot. Yeah, I mean also the necklace, you're right, gives a lot of HP. Maybe it is just correct to just like get rid of the pieces that have HP and focus more on just raw crit damage. She's good into injury. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree with chat. The more I think about this, the less I think I want HP. Which also, I guess, diminishes the value of counter slightly. Because, like, then you don't have, like, lifesteal. Ugh. I mean, it's for fun, right? I think my big issue is I think we have to figure out a way to get the damage up there. It just doesn't do enough. Yeah, I think we try to address the damage. And if... that means either sacrificing HP or maybe just scrapping the counter build altogether. That's probably the way to go about it. I don't know. I just don't... I mean, it is for fun. You did say it was for fun, but I just don't know how I feel about doing that little damage with a character with this little bulk with no sustain on counter. It feels kind of rough. Do what Anyo did and play double edge to Cressa. That could also be pretty good. I think that's an interesting thing to try out, right? I'd be okay with that. The gear is very good on this, though. You have to let me know how that one ends up turning out long term. Alright, let's move on to Luxeus. I tried to give him as much damage as possible, or as I possibly could, without making him extremely squishy. Is this good enough, or should I drop some damage for more bulk? Prior to this, I had him slower at 14k HP and 250 crit damage. So we're lifesteal. I think you can give up, like, maybe 10 speed to pick up, like, 800 to 1000 HP, and then I think you're kind of good. No, I didn't factor in Wind Rider bread, so it's even more damage. I don't think... I mean, you already were dunking him on damage. I don't think you need to worry about pointing out you did more. Even higher. Oh, that's pretty good. Lux also posted sent me a thing. DJB. But yeah, Lux, in regards to the DM you sent me about the DJB, usually it's you post either a fix or a flex, not both. But yeah, I think this is just a case of just more HP. I think everything is pretty good here for the most part. Yeah, and you're double ass. Yeah, I think you could get there. Try to figure out what you would give up though. Like the defense is good. I think it's just like I said, it's just the speed. Try to scale back some of the speed. The purple necklace, like missing a roll, having the 10 speed roughly, give or take. I mean, I think you might be able to find a necklace that might be able to kind of shore things up a little bit. Yeah. What? Let's see. It's definitely either the helmet or the necklace. One of those gets swapped out for something that gives a bit more HP. Yeah, Rylet's really strong right now. I was like, I don't think he's that good. Like, if you guys watched the podcast this week with me, Tristan, and Vic, me and Vic were saying we didn't think Rylet was going to be that good post-buff. Having seen him quite a bit now in other games, I think he's good. I think he's really good. I think I'm going to probably rebuild mine. I think he's very, very good. Yeah. So, speak of the devil, I literally just mentioned Tristan's name, and there he is. Don't you have a hot date tonight? Don't you have a wifey to be spending it with? Guy comes to rub it in on Single Awareness Day. Look at this guy, so cringe. But no, seriously, what are you up to, Tristan? It's just me, chat, and a Nestle Crunch bar that I bought because, well, I wanted chocolate for Valentine's Day. And I thought I was making the smart, educated play, getting a chocolate bar on Valentine's Day. And then Ice Lord in YouTube chat was like, well, no, dude, you should have gotten it tomorrow when it was on clearance. And I'm like, he's right. I messed up. I messed up. Speaking of which, while I'm here, could you rate my shoe? It depends on how troll it is. Where did you post it? Is it all the way down at the bottom? I hate you. I hate you so much, Tristan. Alright, so before we move on to Ice Lords here, right, the Milam, so this is Tristan Wolf, submitted this. Tristan says, I hope this is okay. I want to push for Masters this season. I literally, did I not literally just say like 15 minutes ago, chat, that this man has godlike gear? and doesn't play RTA. My man is just sandbagging with the most unrelatable gear of all time. Tristan Wolf should never do RTA, says Twilight. EE isn't locked, so it must not be maxed. Instant fail. True. Based and true. Alright. Anyways, back to this Demon Lord Milim. I think, looking at this, that I don't think I would play Milim like this. I think this is well built. I just don't think I would play her like this, right? So when I'm thinking of playing Milim, I'm looking to play her either like 200 speed bruiser, or I'm looking to play her like hyper fast counter pick to burst a specific stealth unit, like a Celine, right? And so we went burst mage stat line, right, in terms of damage, and bulk, right? But we have the speed of the bruiser build. So like, I just don't think this kills anything, right? Like, it does a lot of damage. It's well built, but what's it built to actually do? And I think that's where I think this falls apart. What do you mean she is bruiser? No. That's not what I mean when I say bruiser. When I say bruiser, I mean like this. Ignore the giant 43 ER because clearly I pawned off a bunch of gear. But like, I mean like, you know, for almost like 13 and 13 defense. Right? Lifesteal, exclusive equipment, upgraded Dragon Knuckles. You put this behind Christy. Yeah, see what Jas is saying. A bruiser is a character that deals damage and can take damage. Right? This version of Milim cannot take any damage. It will die. That's basically what I'm getting at. You will die before you do anything. Yeah, she's not fast. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's just not. It's a well-built character. Like, this is like a. It's a really nice looking paperweight, right? You're just like, wow, look at how gorgeous this paperweight is, and then you just like, it doesn't do anything. It just sits on your desk and just, you know, holds papers down. It's actually a better way to put it, really nice bench warmer. That's a better way to put it. You're just like, man, check it out. Like, I've got a 440 gear score Milim that I can't use for anything. That's essentially how I feel about this thing. Good world boss unit. Feels okay, man. Yeah. But no, either switch to counter and Dragon Knuckles, or speed this up and put it on book. I don't think she works any other way. There's like a ton of other Milims you can look at for reference. All right. Who do we got next? We got Mad Brad is up next. Mad Brad says, plan on running her with a knight that has a Bachelor Pelucia for the immunity buff. Yep. All right. I think your attack's low. Those boots are definitely really hindering you. Alright, I think this is a really easy fix, right? I think better boots, better sword, and I think you're good to go. The rest of the gear looks really good. It's just those two. Body's kind of weak, but like at the end of the day, I don't think you need to change the body if you fix the boots and the sword, right? Like these are just in general kind of low roll. Like the flat health doesn't do anything for you, and it's not like you can change it out for anything. But 79 equipment score boot is kind of bad. Like it's really bad. So I think you want to replace your boots first. Try to focus heavy on attack percentage, right? I think that's the big thing that you're missing right now. You really, really need attack percentage here, right? If you get really high, like 30% attack on your boots with some crit damage on it, even if it doesn't have crit chance, you might be able to salvage it a little bit. Or if it has like base roll crit chance, you might be able to salvage by swapping the flat HP for a crit chance roll here. Get like 9%. That might be able to work, but the boots gotta go first, right? You think chest should also go? Chest has too much HP, I agree with that. But the thing is, right now, different set of boots, and from there, you can make an informed decision of like, do I change out my sword? Do I change out my body, right? The other three pieces are really good. You know why I can't run pen torrent? I have no good pen boot of my life. Good thing there's that. Oh wait, the crafting event's basically almost over. Alright, so I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what we're doing here with this one, Mad Brad. Alright, let's move on to Ryan. Just got Ludwig from the coin shop, but I'm a very slow player. Is this speed good enough? Slightly faster. Like, slightly faster. I think 255 is, like, kind of where you're at, right? I think that's the big thing. Ring is pretty low rolled. Most of your attack is coming from the sword. Let me check something. I want to see how much I have. Because, like, I have what's considered, like, the bare minimum damage on Ludwig. Right? So you already saw mine. So here it is. Like, I have less, way less attack, right? But I have more crit damage. So this probably balances out. So your damage is probably fine. You think you just have to pick up some speed somewhere, somehow. I think actually the sword, like the ring is like kind of low rolled in general, but the sword not having high speed on it really does hurt you long term. I think that we need to find some way to get crit damage here, like good, like really high crit damage. Ooh, this is a tough one. Yep, that is true. He does live and die to himself based on how much damage. Yeah, I think this is a case of you need to find like a different sword because you're too stacked on attack. And because it has 3 speed, you're not going to be able to go any faster than that. So I think it's got to be some combination of more speed on the sword, but more damage on the ring. I think it's got to be that combination. I think that's the winning combination for you. You're here to watch people flex? I don't know, man. So far, we've only had one guy try to flex. This Tristan Wolf guy asked if this was good enough to make it to Masters tier. What do you think, Red? Good enough for Masters level play? Yeah, only 306. I know, bro. Get it off my screen. Trash. Agreed. Only 306. So terrible. How will you ever get Masters with it? This is why you stay in PvE, Tristan. No World Arena for you. Come back when you get to 325, Rat. Yeah, know your lane, Tristan. Sag, she says. Oh, that's too funny, man. It's just like, Sag, know your lane, Tristan. Sag. Dragon Slayer says he thinks that Tristan can barely get to Masters with 306. But yeah, Ryan, sword, ring. Like, this sword having 3 speed really kind of hampers you, I think, a little bit. So I think you want to try to reconfigure that, try to pick up something that's a little bit faster. Like, 255, I think, is, like, where you really want to be as a slower player with him. Like, ideal is 260 plus. You know, even like as low as I guess 253, 254 might be okay. You're just a little bit off. Alright, so this one's for Sin. It says I put Bride Senya's gear on her. And then parentheses, I've never farmed Banshee. It's tanky. That's really fast for a 3F. That sword is just like, okay. I'll be real with you. It looks like bride gear. I'll keep it a stack. This looks like bride gear. I don't think I would play this on Bellion. I don't think I like this on Bellion. I think having the counter is too valuable. I think if you're not going to play counter Bellion, then I think that you want to play protection set Bellion. If you're not going to play prot set Bellion, then I think you want to be fast speed set effectiveness Bellion. Right? I think that those are kind of the ways to play her. I don't think I like this version of the character. I'm sure it plays plenty fine. I like tongue twisted myself there. Right? But I don't think I like this as much as like counter, like I said. Especially because, like I said, if you go slower on speed, you can get much higher bulk on Bellion for 3F. Like 30k, good. But you can get like 31 to like 33 if you slow her down. Right? And you'll get it on counter set, or you'll get it with a fat barrier. So, for me, I'm not like super big fan of this one, even though I recognize it's fine. It just, even looking at the stats on it, you could tell it's Bride Senya gear. Like, it's not really Bellion gear. A dream of Bellion is being fast on counter set while still being tanky with high ER with effectiveness and 50 crit. Yeah, that would be efficient, right? That would be the efficient way to play her, but I don't think anybody's got the gear to do that. I don't even know if it's mathematically possible. I should actually like try to number crunch and see what's the min max that you can get on Bellion. Like what does it take to have like 50 F, 50 crit, and then, you know, 1500 defense, like 30k HP on counter set, and like how fast can you get the character with those parameters? Crit is a way to die, he says, as he picks Celine every game. At this point, Tristan Wolf has the gear. He should accept the legend challenge. He's not going to do that. He's a busy man. He's got Path of Exile to play. And streamers to torment, like I'm Sue. What? What kind of response? Oh, okay, I missed it. Tristan wrote, I once slammed my dick in the car door, and that's all I read, and I was like, what? And then I saw the second statement that says, that was more fun than RTA. I didn't see the second part. Oh. But yeah, Sid, to each their own. If it was me, I would, like I said, I would play like counter set, right? Like, I happen to really like the counter set 3F Bellion. That's Tristan's default response to anything he doesn't enjoy doing, slamming his dick into the car door. You have any idea how expensive car doors are? Look at this guy. He's just not backing down. Tristan is not backing down. Oh, let's move on to Twilight. Twilight says, fast Archdemon on immunity. Strip Festive Ida. Missing some mod stats, but I'm broke on those right now. I know it is a flat health necklace, but it isn't a crazy HP loss on her. She has what, 5,200 health? Right? I think it's like 5,200, right? Bulk is actually, you know what? It's actually pretty good. I think this is pretty good. I think this is better than what I can build. This is really good, actually. My only gripe is low attack, but 270 speed on book with the F. Kind of hard to beat, right? Yeah. Ship it. Might be able to get like a swap here. Like you could probably change the 6 crit damage to like attack just for the burns. I don't know. Seems good to me, right? Same thing here. Helmet, crit damage. You can swap it to attack if you want. It's not going to hurt you. It's actually a really, really good Archdemon, I think. Alright, signs up next. Posts of Bystander Huayong. Says 50-50 crit chance. Hey, that's a good looking Huayong. I think getting a better ring long term, maybe, but even then, that ring is still pretty good. That's kind of hard to beat. Yeah. No wasted subs. Looks good to me. I hope you don't put this wall with more on arena. Oh no. Yeah, this looks like really strong to me. Alright. Yeah, I have no changes there for you. That's a good flex. Next up is So Solid. Why, oh why are you not opening in the right window? So here is the BBK for So Solid. And So Solid says, hey Sue, bear with me on this one. So I built my second evasion BBK into this, but I want your advice if I should mod the necklace HP, which is, I guess, this thing. And it's not right opening in the right window. So here it is. So here's the necklace in question. But I want your advice if I should mod the necklace HP percentage on this to flat attack. It would give it about 98 flat attack. Or if I should reset this piece and reroll it since it's a perfect damage piece on Torrent. Kinda is perfect damage piece on Torrent. Alright. I have resources to do so. My rolls were plus 9% attack, plus 3, and then plus 3 in speed, then plus 8% in health, and then 4 in crit chance. If I mod and max the artifact, mine will be like L-Mage with a difference of about 30% crit damage. I think that the way this rolled is like... So we rolled 4, so we rolled 3 averages. We rolled a max, but it's in a substat I don't care about. And then you rolled a max in attack. It's actually really, really hard, I think, to do better than what it's at. But, oh man, this is rough. Yeah, I don't think we reset this. Like, I think it's really hard to do better than this. Like, 103 is super high, man. Like, when you just think about it, right? You started statistically above average, and you just literally went max, max, average, average, average. So you would literally need to hit like 5 above averages. So you literally have to just roll straight above average across the board on the entire piece to hit with this, right? This is literally it could be anything. It could even be a boat when you have a boat situation. Fred, don't do this to me. Chat is saying Gamba it. Yeah, it would basically, you would literally have to re-roll this, and it has to dodge health the whole time. Yeah, chat saying don't Gamba this. I think if you're that worried, like, you just go for it, you just craft a different piece. Maybe that's not the piece for her. Right? I mean, for an aggro BBK, this doesn't even look that bad. Why are we worried? Oh, You DM me the correct screenshot. Was that not the correct screenshot? Hold on. HR is asking me to find the difference between these two pictures. They're the same picture. What did I miss? Huh? Did I miss something? I don't follow. Oh, I can see the gear stats now. I'm a dum-dum. I don't think you could really change anything here. Like, you could argue get a better helmet, but like, can you really find... Like, the only way this is going to get better, right, is you have something that's like 20% attack and like 20% crit damage. If you can do that, then sure. Also, you could swap this 2 speed for 4 speed, but I assume that you probably swap the flat attack onto this. I don't really think there's anything I would want to change here. It looks solid to me. Like I said, maybe a better distribution of attack versus crit damage on the helmet. But even then, like... Yeah, you're basically just asking to... Can I high roll? Can I god roll a piece that's better than what I got? Like, you've hit that point where it's like you just have to kind of hit something that's really ridiculous to replace what's already on the character. Alright. Move on to Trini here. Did Trini write anything? On the bus right now and I don't want to miss the stream. My DDR is currently on Water's Origin with these stats. Potion is on Fene for a long time, so wondering how much bulk to put on DDR. I think you're just missing a little bit of defense. I think that otherwise you're pretty good here. Good bulk on the sword. I think your helmet you change. So your helmet is like decent defense roll, low HP roll, decent speed roll, but the ER kind of is a waste here, right? Okay. Okay with necklace. Okay with right side. I'm pretty much entirely good with right side, I think. Okay, so there's a couple of things you could do here, right? We could try to replace the helmet so that it's more geared towards high HP, high defense, like maybe like a 30% defense piece or something with some HP. Try not to, you know, waste the stats on the ER. Maybe you could pick up some effectiveness here, right? So if you get like a more balanced helmet that's like more skewed towards bulk, then maybe you might be able to take the boots and then have the boots be heavy focus on HP, because like you'll have a little bit of extra wiggle room with the effectiveness here, right? There's a lot of ways you could take this, right? You could drop the body, right, in favor of something that's very tanky and give up some of the speed and ER here. But like, for the most part, like 230 plus speed with like 1800 defense is pretty much where you want to be, I think. 1800 defense with like 18 to 20 KHP. Even if it costs you some speed. Like, I personally play him with only like 100, 130 F. Right? Like, you're a little bit over on F. You're a little bit under on defense. So it's like trying to figure out how to shore that up. Yeah. Doki Toki brings up another good point. Another way you could play it is you could swap the ring for health percentage ring, and then just have a lot of effectiveness on the ring itself. That would honestly shore up your EHP. Like, you'd have like 1600 defense, but like 22 KHP. That could also shore up where you're at, right? That would also be another way of doing it. Don't skip yours. I haven't yet. But yeah, I think that's honestly probably the easiest way to go about it. Like, I just don't like the fact that the helmet has a dead sub on it. So I think I would try to get the helm out of there, and then maybe I consider moving either... Probably the ring. I think the ring is probably the correct play. I think it's probably swap helmet, swap ring. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Alright, so let's move on to Jiraiya. Alright. Really high defense. HP, I feel like I wish I had less defense, more HP, just looking at this at a glance. And then you have like 50 ER. I don't know if you're ER gamer. I don't know if that's like wasted subs. Oh, okay, so yeah, based on the fact that we're broken set, that's probably we're just chasing the speed. I don't think I like this left side gear. I'm okay with the ring. I don't know. I personally think if it was me, I'd play like a 280 or a 285 speed rat if it actually had like no wasted subs, right? Like if I could get 100 crit chance and have like 1400 defense, like 22 or 23 KHP at like 280 speed, right? I think I would go for that. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with this rat. I just think that I would rather have a more either a tankier rat or like something that's a little bit more complete with damage. I mean, we're already at 50%. Like I said, it's just like, it's so obvious that we have a lot of wasted stats. And I think if this is like all you can get, if you can't make a tankier one at this speed, right, then so be it. It's probably fine. Also, I'm like mad jelly that you got a 10 speed EE. I don't even have one of those. Bouncing Walrus, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the shoe. I really hate when we have like a lot of wasted stats on stuff, right? But that's how it be. Like sometimes that's the gear you got to play the character you want. Oh well. Yeah, the boot is kind of funny. It's a very strange boot. But like, what else are you gonna change it to? You could be me, Milliard. I rolled 5s and 6s. Put flat HP on the boot? Nah, I don't think that's worth it. I don't think it's worth like bricking a piece of gear just to pick up some flat HP. That sounds not that good, because especially because you're only gonna get like at most like 300 something. Yeah, that's also another one. Yeah, chasing a pair of boots that gives a like 30% HP because the 34% defense is just wasted. Yeah. Talk about swapping the... Oh, okay. How fast? Reg just check to see how fast you can make up for Rat. 600 defense, 20.5 KHP, 313 speed. Seems good. Seems real good. Wait, it's kind of fine, ironically. What do you mean with spatial? This the shoe that we're looking at here? Only it's Jiraiya's? Oh, you're talking about Reds. Okay. Here's Oracle Senpai. First time building Black Rat. That's what they say. Yo, where EE? EE Doko. What is this, Evan? Yo, look at this slow rat. Monday. Okay, so 10 speed. So 263. I think you're too skewed on damage, right? I think you definitely want HP neck on rat. I think HP neck on rat is like really, really good. Yeah, yeah. Did you say too slow, Pepe hands? Yes, I did. I'm obviously messing with you. It's fine, Evan. I knew that would trigger you. That rat doesn't start with a 3, Evan. Oh no. I think I would go health percentage necklace for sure. I don't think I like crit damage necklace on this character. Because she doesn't have the stat line, right? Ares Warrior can't really get above like 22k HP without it. Like you look at like, right? You look at like Edward, right? Edward really struggles, right, to get high HP on crit damage necklace. Shu's got the same stat line, right? Where are you, Shu? So like for Shu, you really need the health necklace, right? It's like really important if you want to try to boost that HP up to like the 23 to 25k range. Yep. Man, feels bad. Could have had 260, but we just don't roll good EEs, so. Rip, 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 rip. Yeah, and then when you get the EE, you'll be like 265. That doesn't seem that bad. If you wanted to go for a faster rat, then you're more than welcome to do so. But if you want to play like traditional rat with EE, that's where you want to go. It's really hard for me to tell exactly what the best version of Shu is because, well, the exclusive equipment's only been out for 24 hours. Right? But like, old school Shu looks like this. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think that if I was you, I would just go and switch your necklace to HP percentage, and then just hold there and see if anything drastically shifts on the character. The best rat is a dead rat. True! True! Oh my god, true. Dude, never in, like, the history of E7 has there been a character like Urban Shadow Shu for me, because, like, I love having Urban Shadow Shu on my team. I fucking hate it if my opponent has this character. I cannot stand my opponent having this character. This character is like, oh man, I hate it. What is this, Tristan? Alright, that's a funny image. I like that. Tristan sent this. ML Shu. I love it. It's great. We love it. My name is Rat. Even Tristan called me a stupid rat during Monday's core. Oh, okay. Damn. Don't take it personally. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry Tristan was mean to you. Anyways, move on to Divine. Divine Halo. And my thing is on the fritz again. Come on. Man. You know. There we go. Divine says, lay it on me. Defense is low. Missing crit chance. Excuse me. But other than that, pretty good. If you had triple SM print, you wouldn't need to change your critical hit chance. You just need to up your defense. Yeah, that's kind of it. I think it's like the defense is like the low end thing. Body is pretty mid. It's not bad, but it's mid. I think I'm actually okay with the HP on the sword. Boots are actually pretty good. Ring is okay. That's all it is. There's like it's a lot of okay pieces, right? The only like really great pieces here, helmet, necklace is like, that's a tough one. I think it's just helmet and boots are the ones that I really like, and I think that the necklace is passable. I think the other three, well, actually the sword's not bad. Like, what else are you gonna have on the sword? Something that's more crit damage skewed, more crit chance skewed. I don't know if you're gonna actually have the imprints or not, but like for me, looking at it, I think that the ring and the body you can do better than that, right? I think you can do a bit better than that. I mean, I gotta update my Dilibet also, right? Immunity is kind of like the wave, right? But mine is like so right now. So like you can cut some of your HP if you want. Yeah, if you're playing like 180 speed like Evan's playing, like I play 210 because that's usually the break point to cut for certain matchups. But like otherwise you could play like 180 speed and just like go super high on the crit damage or the defense. So, as you can see from looking at yours, right? A bit higher on HP, but like that defense is really going to hurt you. You need to find a way to make up that like 150 defense you're missing. And again, if you have the imprints to get the crit chance up, that would be good. The biggest like outliers are your ring and your body, I think, to fix. All right, move on to Chaos Persona. Rebuilt for more speed and bulk overall. What you think? This looks pretty good at a glance. Purple helmet obviously could be upgraded long term. Body is pretty solid. Yeah, this all looks good. I think it's just your helmet. I think that's like the one thing where I'm like, it's playable. It could be better though. No wasted stats, by the way, is kind of an achievement, if I'm being real. Like this is like the first lifesteal flan I've seen with literally 0 wasted stats. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Yeah, that gets the gold star. This one. We move on to Sleepy Pizza. Oh no, not an Arabi. I don't know what to do with Arabis anymore. Save me! What is this monstrosity? Oh no! What is this? What is this? This is wild. What in the cursed function is this? The Mort Killer. Oh my god, dude. I can't with this. This is too funny. Alright, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I think that the idea behind this is really funny. Right? I just don't think that these are the right pieces for this, man. I just don't. Like, the helmet, the body are incredibly rough. Same thing with the necklace. Like, the necklace is just a ton of HP, but like, I don't know. I think you need like supremely high gear score pieces to pull this off. I think this is a funny MLM, but I don't think that this is gonna work. Unity set is the mark of class. I don't know about that. Maybe it is. What do I know? I don't play a lot of Unity, so maybe I'm not that classy. she wants to be afternoon soap flan. She doesn't dual attack? Then I think you have your answer. I think you just discard all of your Unity pieces and switch to Destro. That boot, by the way, does not belong on her. It's not very good on her. Yeah, I think we could pack this one off. I think this is good for a lap, but I don't think in practicality, I don't think this is playable. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, it's just for fun. I got it. If you want to have it for just for fun, that's fine. Don't worry, you're not taking up my time. Okay, you're like, don't feel embarrassed about it. I'm just saying, like, looking at it, I don't think it really works. It like, if you tell me that you play this in Guild War and it just dunks people, then more power to you. I like it. This is really funny, and I want to believe that this can work. But when I see like 85, 83, 84 gear score pieces, I see 18% attack on my boots. I just look at it and go like, it's a really good idea, but this is not the gear for it. Like, it's just not the right equipment. Like, you need to have, like, the sword is the closest to correct piece on the character, right? It's like 33, 34% health, right? But then you have min, crit chance roll, average, speed roll, right? So it's not like super highly rolled. If this was like a 40%er on health, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's really good. It's something you could do with what you have. So there's the thing, right? I appreciate when people try to use the gear that they have, that, you know, like repurpose it. But like, if a piece of gear isn't good, right, or you don't have the gear that you want to make the thing work, like, it's just better to usually just farm a better piece of gear. I know it'll take longer to play the thing you want, but it's better to have a really good thing. Even if you think that, like, you know, maybe Unity Pen isn't really good on A Ravi, it's not meta, but you think it's fun, like, I think putting like really good Unity gear and Pen gear on her, even if the build is not meta, will basically produce better results. Like, you'll actually feel like the character does a lot for you, and you can kind of mess around and have that fun. Dude, the green screen cup is legendary. Play it with ML Payra? Alright, that's a cook. But I don't know. Like, it's a cool idea, but this is not the gear to bring out that cool idea. That's like kind of where I'm getting at here, right? Like, I think for Unity double pen A Ravi is actually a pretty good idea to try to mess around with. But not with the stats and not with the Unity gear that we got. Just throw Unity on Rift if you want to play Unity gear. Like, just throw it in the background on Rift. Don't farm Asomatic for Unity gear. That sounds ridiculous. All right, let's move on to Aderon, the other Ravi. What are the odds that we have 2 Ravis in a row? Working on Red Ravi right now to help deal with all the strong green units that are running around. I'm satisfied with the bulk right now, but do you think she needs more damage? Let's take a look. Isn't attack usually 2300 on this character? Am I wrong? Isn't this character like a 2300 attack character? Red says 2400. Wait. Oh my god, I think I figured it out. I forgot. So the worst piece on the character is the necklace. And I forgot. Hesmana told me when building this character, rule number 1, health percentage necklace. Health percentage necklace. He said mathematically it's the only way you're going to get the character to line out right. That's probably what's the problem here. We overcompensated health and defense left side because we went with the wrong necklace to begin with. So like our foundation, we built a house on top of a bad foundation. So I think what you need to do is I think we need to go health percentage necklace, and then from there rebuild our left side pieces. Like choose different left side pieces. I think that's the only way you're going to get to like that 2400 attack while still maintaining this level of bulk, if that makes sense. Hopefully that helps you, Aderon, kind of steers you in the right path. But it's definitely health necklace here. And then we have to kind of completely go in a different direction left side. Like, look how much HP and defense you've committed because you went with not the health percentage necklace. But what if we build the foundation above the house for the second floor? I'm not going to entertain these hypotheticals right now. More rat for the next one. Our next one is Jupiter 89. Here's another rat. Looks like a good rat. That's a classic. Okay, well, we're like 10 speed slow because like classic rat went from 250 to 260 with the EE now. Let's see. Ring could definitely be a bit better, right? Also, is this Zen City? Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. With the Prime.
Zen City just subscribed.
Thank you, thank you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Valentine's Day. Like, HP is good, defense is good. Like, it's all good. It's just we're missing a little bit of speed. That's all, right? I'm trying to see where can we pick up. Right, where are we kind of lacking a little bit here? It's the ring. The ring is kind of like low rolled in general, right? One wasted stat. Yeah, that's kind of it. I think that's the one that kind of isn't really there. I think that's the one that's just not snuff. So is Pen really worth it on Rat? No, I just play HP set. I think Pen is the best in slot option, but it's not that much worse than playing like, you know, resist, immunity, or health. It's not terribly better. I didn't know that Red Robbie needed attack. When I used to use her, I only had 1800 attack, but 27k HP. Yeah, no, you want some attack because she's like, it's weird. She only scales off of attack, not HP, but you get a bunch of attack at the start based on your HP, so it incentivizes you to build bulk, right? But you still want some attack to start, right? You still want to kind of have like a little bit of a base, right? But yeah, that one, and then like some of these other pieces like sword, necklace, not so much helmet, like body. These ones are just like, they're good, but you could get like a better piece somehow. Like you could roll something that's a bit better. Like these are all like usable pieces. They're not like elite pieces. So once you replace the ring, those were the ones I would look to replace next. Boots are fantastic though. Yo, what's going on, Bob? How are you? Pardon me. Hopefully your Valentine's Day is going well. Did you also go 6-0 in Guild Wars today? I felt amazing because I went 6-0 for Guild Wars for the first time in like a month because I'm a bum. I'm terrible. Where do you post a unit to look at? Exclamation point Discord. Post it under Fix It Streams under the Discord. Hello, Gargantos 104. How are you? How goes the lawsuit with Disney? (3-0) with Ruel Aras. Let's go. You can pin one if you would like. They have Disney has more money than me. Eater of Worlds. Speaking of which, we can take this time to talk about Captain America: Mediocre New World, as I'm calling it. So I went to go see it with the boys the other day. Definitely wait for Disney Plus. Don't spend your money and go to the theater to see it. It's a lot of nothing. Like, it's okay. It's nothing. It's like the most 5 out of 10 movie ever. Like, it's considered a bad movie by old MCU standards, but it's like an average movie by like new MCU standards. So, like, there's, like, honestly, the whole movie just doesn't need to exist because it asks a lot of questions and it answers none of them. So, no, okay, Shuma, you'll be really disappointed then with Brave New World. So real quick to explain the joke to Twilight, because Twilight didn't get it. So Shuma is one of my guildmates, named after Shuma Gorath, like, you know, Doctor Strange villain, right? Marvel villain. Basically, when Disney acquired Marvel, they let the copyright, like, lapse, I think, for Shuma Gorath, the name Shuma. And so Disney is in, like, a legal battle to get back the name Shuma Gorath. So in the meantime, they have decided to rename Shuma in all media to Gargantos. So that's why I called him Gargantos 104 instead of Shuma 104. Like, Disney is basically, like, calling him Gargantos until they get back the rights to Shuma. So that's why I use that joke. But for Captain America, just like as the aside, right? If you have watched The Winter Soldier, like Captain America and The Winter Soldier, Brave New World, without giving away specifics, is pretty much beat for beat the same movie, but worse. Like, it kind of hits every single thing the same. I was like, they really just remade Winter Soldier, which was, like, arguably the best MCU movie besides, like, you know, Infinity War and Endgame. Like, that's, like, my holy trinity, right? Like, it's Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame. Like, I think those are the three best of the OC, like, the OG MCU films, right? And so, Winter Soldier being, like, them trying to basically be a carbon copy of the GOAT is already not good, but to just, like, not be anywhere near as good on the same story beats feels bad. So there you go. Is Red Hulk entertaining? Red Hulk is the best part of the movie. Unfortunately, Red Hulk is only in the movie for about 6 minutes. So yeah, the entire marketing push of Red Hulk is kind of, like, misleading. And I know that's, like, sort of a semi-spoiler to tell you how long he's actually in the movie, but I don't want you to spend $20 to go to the theater thinking that Red Hulk is in the movie when he is barely in the movie. It's like a 2 hour, 20-minute film, and he's in it for like 5-6 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, Red Hulk is where all the marketing is. They want you to get hyped for Red Hulk, and it's like, bro, Red Hulk is literally... In the time I've been talking about Captain America New World and explaining the lawsuit, that's how long he's in the movie. So let that sink in. Anyways, this next one comes from Alan, and Alan says, in all caps, sniffa, which I hate. Thank you. Yeah, of course I had to sniff there at that point. I hate this. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I wouldn't play this, but yeah, to each your own, Alan. You're welcome, Kappa. I mean, defense is good, health's good, F's good, ER for some reason, whatever, sure. Speed is kind of eh. But what are we doing here? Everything I do is clipped anymore, Lux. We're trying to get used to it. All right. Yeah, I don't have any suggestions, Alan. That's a build for sure. Next up is from Milliard. Flex It Friday submission. Need to max out my Wind Rider. Ring has 2 quote-unquote wasted stats since I'm 7 crit damage over cap and HP percentage should be flat attack, but I had to mod the crit chance onto it. Let's see. Hey, that's a pretty good BBK. Honestly, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known you were overcapped. Yeah, no, it's good BBK. It's better than mine. It's way better than mine. Leave BBK on Wind Rider. Yep. Alright. You want to be a 9 speed faster, but she does pretty work. I mean, this is the standard 220 with good stats. Like, this looks great. Next one here is from Sputnik. Sputnik says, Rylet Souls, exclamation point. Oh, spotted mouse hair tie. Yeah. I'll be real with you. I think I would rather have 100 F than 100 ER on this character, but to each their own. I still think this character, like, throughout the history that this character has been out for the last, like, year and a half, 2 years, I still think this character is, like, so underplayed. I think this character is really good. Yeah, I mean, it's an Inos. I mean, again, I'd rather have the effectiveness than the ER, but you do you, fam. I'm not going to sit here and lecture you on, like, the ring, because, like, you already know. Purples are, like, you would want to change them if you could. I'm assuming this is just stuff laying around, Sputnik. Alright. Next up is Noble. 083. Is this a good build for her? Any improvements to make? Also, what is a good build for ML Shu? You've seen a bunch of ML Shoes so far on stream, so if you're catching this on the VOD, feel free to scroll through pretty much the entire thing. There's so many shoes that we've talked about tonight. Now, as for this, you have good defense, good crit damage, right? You're a little bit fast, right? And your HP is kind of not really there. What you need to do is kind of tone your speed down a little bit, like maybe 15 to 20 or so, and kind of ramp up the HP about 2,000. Right? That's kind of pretty much where we're at on this one. Looking at your pieces, that sword's pretty bad. This sword says to me that you're just playing it because it's defense set. And then the necklace is like, okay, not great. I think the ring is good. The flat health here on the boots, I would swap that to 9% health if you can. I'm okay with the helmet. I'm okay with the body also. If you have to, you could swap the 4 speed for 9 health, but I don't think it's going to come to that. I think what it comes down to ultimately, better sword, better necklace. I think is what's going to do it for you. Like, try to focus on getting like 17 KHP and like 205, 210 speed, and I think you're pretty much right there. Yeah, the thing of this screen is it doesn't show mods. It really needs to. I've put in a request to show that. Like, it would make my life so much easier on this, and it would allow more transparency so we could kind of give more informed advice to the player base. Yeah, that's another thing. Dilibet on immunity. If you want to switch off of defense set because you don't have the gear, immunity is pretty good. We're at the point now where immunity is making a big comeback. So you might want to start considering getting some immunity on characters. Yeah, immunity is very good on design a little bit. Like, I'm not on that right now, but even I need to. Like, right? Like, you can see mine. I'm on crit chance. I'm gonna, when I re-gear my box tomorrow, I'm probably gonna switch designer a little bit to immunity. I'm probably gonna go Destro immunity on designer. Oh, thank you. Every smiles. Thank you for the follow. I feel like you were already a follower before, but thank you again anyways. Alright. Let us move on. This one is for... Next one here is Hotshot. I enjoy using top model Luluka. What team should I work with? I know my speed is low. I'm still farming gear. So let me see what it looks like here. Ooh, 233 is very slow for top model Luluka. You have really high quality gear, but it's not all like speed gear. This character... Oh, screen, thank you, Spatial. This character needs to be really fast. Like, 233 does not begin to cut it. I think the slowest you could probably play top model Luluka is like 270 or 280. Yeah, I don't I think that this one is going to be very hard for you to pull off. You're going to have to kind of... I'm not going to give gear-specific advice. Like, you know, like body is very high gear score, but it's a lot of HP, right? This character doesn't want any defense or HP. All she cares about is attack, crit chance, crit damage, speed. Every piece, only 4 stats. That's what we're looking for. That's probably true, Sal. Like, this character is really hard to build. Like, and I'm not just, like, saying that. Like, this character is really, really hard to build. Hotshot. Like, this is, like, arguably, like, this is, like, 10 out of 10 difficulty to build this character. Like, here, I'll pull up. Here's the average. This is the player base average stat line. 3492 attack. 1067 defense, 8900 HP, 271 speed, 275 crit damage. Average 422 gear score. Right? And if you're wondering how much that is, right? So... Okay, so 422 gear score on Dilibet means that you need to average 96 equipment score per piece while still getting over 270 speed. So, like, if I go back to yours now, right? Then your necklace and your ring don't meet the minimum for the average. And you still need to come up with about 37 more speed. That's what I'm saying. This character is hard to gear. Yeah, you can't have any HP. Like, literally, the only subs, right? Like, see your sword? Your sword has these 4 subs. Only 4 subs. All stats. Right? And then if you have, like, necklace, which has crit damage already, then your stats got to be attack percentage, flat attack, speed, crit chance. Like, you cannot have anything, you can't afford anything wasted. At all. No waste. No defense, no health, no F, no ER, any piece, period. Yeah, there's a reason you don't see a lot of top model Luca. She's just insanely difficult to build. You have to be a specialist to play her. Like, she has to be, like, your main character. Like, it's like food. Like, here, let me give you another example, right? Right? There are people who play Fumir, right? Their whole account is built to play just Fumir. If you want to be a top model Luluka player, your whole account has to be built just to play top model Luluka. Right? Another example, Maid Chloe, right? Maid Chloe is another character that you usually build your whole account to play her. So, if this is the character you want to play, just know you got a road ahead of you. Alright. Car's favorite unit? It's true. Car will always say it's Luna, but I can't remember the last time I've seen him play a Luna. Maid accounts are cringe, I kind of miss them. That's funny. Alright. So the next one comes from Weeb Hub. I only pick Fene into fire units, so the 50-50 crit chance isn't too bad. Does she need to be on immunity to stop ML Para's defense break? I feel like our HP is lower than I'd like it to be. Am I off base here? Let me hide the chat here so you guys can see this easier. Am I off base on this? Does this feel like it's like got too much speed and not enough HP? I think immunity could definitely help you versus like Archdemon. I'm not too familiar with Fene in World Arena at the moment. I only really use her into like Flag Arena, Guild Wars, and then Rift. So I don't have the best insight on this one. So I'm hoping that chat can give me a layup. But for right now, I feel like we're like low on HP and high on speed. I do think I like immunity though. Potion Vial over Vic Flag? Chat saying Potion Ball over Vic Fly. Alright, see ya, Twilight. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Extra attack unit makes her a potential Tori killer. That's true, but you have to get through to your second turn for that. How has this worked out for you, Weave? That's all I'm curious about. Defense to stop ML Para's defense. I think that the thing, if you want immunity, I think trying to get around a defense break from like Para, right, isn't the reason you're doing it. I think you're doing it so you don't get sealed. Because like she has love equals pain to revive her if she dies. So, I mean, that's why I don't really care too much if she takes, you know, she eats dirt early on. But I think getting sealed, that's more of a problem. So I think if you want to go for immunity, you can do it. Yeah, I mean, it's a bruiser. Bruiser always dies to control. Yeah, I think if it was me, I would definitely probably go immunity, but not for Para. I would think I'd go immunity for ADS. And I think I would probably try to go for a bit more health, even if it means more, like a loss of speed. Maybe I'm alone in that assessment. I don't know how the rest of the chat feels. ADS is the biggest problem because she smells living creatures without immunity. Yeah. Dragon Slayer sent for Hotshot. Let me go grab that real fast. Dragon Slayer. Here it is. Dragon Slayer sent an example for Top Model Luluka. He's a dedicated cleaver, so if you want to see, this is like what he's saying it should look like. And he used Black Hand to make up for the crit chance, if you're wondering. Like Black Hand of the Goddess is a artifact you can play to cheat stats. Yeah, optimally you play Book. Book is optimal. Black Hand is if like you don't have the gear, right? But yeah, this is hard for me to evaluate for Fene because like I said, I don't play her outside of like the Rift style build. I do think Potion Vial is probably a pretty good change over Vic Flag, but maybe you don't have enough damage without it. Tough call, tough call. This is a very tough one. I think mess around with different artifact options. Definitely try immunity. But at the same time, don't sacrifice like a ton of stats. Like you have a really good necklace here, right? If you don't have comparable immunity gear, like if you're playing like 88 equipment score stuff over like a 93 and 100... in tandem, I don't think it's worth the change. Alright. Let's move on to Benju. Trying to get ML Para to see how many S1 hits Shu before the enemy plays. Oh, so you're trying to go super fast. I mean, yeah, it's a 300 rat. I ain't got nothing else to say. No wasted stats, 300 speed rat. Ship it. Nice, nice flex. I'll let everybody take that in. Yeah, this rat is good. Imagine this rat on Durandal. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need this rat on Durandal. Yo, what? Imagine this rat on Warhorn, bro. Yo, Warhorn rat? Let's go. What do you guys know about 300 speed Warhorn rat? That sounds like hell, bro. L's Fist Rat? No. Warhorn Rat. Is Rat getting a buff? Rat just got a buff. What do you mean? Alright, so this one's Olex. Olex says, my recently Mola Max BBK in the day and age of ER BBKs. No. No. I think that's one. Yeah. I don't think I would do this one. I don't like base speed without ER. I think you're better off if you don't want to play ER. I think you're better off playing something like this one. I would play this BBK. See this one? Play this. Like 4K attack, 300 crit damage. Like this has 350, but like 4K attack, 300 crit damage at 220 speed. Destro Torrent. Play that over base speed, right? Because like this speed with no ER is just straight suicide, right? You're just asking to die. And then looking at your actual gear, right? Sword is not really that good. Like it's purple, so you're missing a roll. It's low rolled. Looking at the helmet, purple, so missing a roll. Your highest roll is an irrelevant stat in defense, so that's kind of rough. The body's good if you were an ER build, but we're not an ER build, right? The necklace, very low rolled, right? It's still like 30% attack, right? But again, we're not ER build, so here's ER that doesn't help, right? Ring is actually not bad, right? It's not great, but it's not bad. And then the boots are just not very high rolled either. Like my assessment of this is I think either you save the body and try to build an ER build, or you save the ring and you try to build where were we? Where did I put you? This one. We try to build this build. Okay? I would try to build this BBK if you're not willing to commit to the ER. Alright. I'm gonna go to Germer 1 here. We got another Tori. After I do this one, I'm gonna use the restroom for a second. Alright. So let's look over this Tori. Ooh, it's the Tristan build, and it looks good. It looks really good. Yeah, this looks really good. A couple wasted stats here or there, right? Like health on the body, but there's no possible replacement for it, so who cares? And then boots. Same thing, there's no real replacement, so who cares? I think this is good. Spatial says, instead of going Feat of Criticism, go Wind Rider. It's better on the character. Alright. In the meantime, I'm going to read this one. This one is from, I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Excite? I don't actually know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name. CXYTE. Deciding between these two so far. Damage is around 5k. Damage is around a 5k damage difference on 1k armor target and 1.5k armor in favor of triple set. Wind Rider already, of course, and no imprint so far. Playing to sleep for the last 5% crit chance. So it's between these two builds. So these are the two that are up here. I'll be right back. I'm just going to use the restroom real fast, and then we'll just kind of go through this.
You know what? I'm done playing nice with incompetent amateurs.
Alright. Alright, Tristan posted, I love this build on Tori. Looking at it, oh, the damage on the right side one is way higher. I think I'd play the right one. Hell, if you want to drop your speed a little bit lower to pick up more damage, so like this is Tristan's, right? Like if you want to drop your speed to pick up a little bit more damage, I think that's worth, honestly. Yeah, it's 100% the right side. I'm at the point now where I think Destro and Speed are scam on this character, and I think your only options are this build, or you go Lifesteal if you're turn 2. And you're trying to cockroach people like you would with like a Tempest Throne. Okay. Yeah. This one's just, it just seems like it's a no-brainer right side. Alright, next up we have Eevee Breezy. I don't have the gear to make an opener pair, so I'm trying this. I'm hoping to find Spear of Purification or Sweet Miracle at some point, but I unfortunately don't have either. ER, 270 Strat Gauntlet ER is kind of wild. Do you need that, though? I don't know. Do we need that? You think this is real treat? Yeah, real cheese? What am I talking about? I don't know. Wait, what do you... Did I say something wrong? I'm confused as to like what you mean. You're like getting all upset. I'm like, what did I do? Like this one, we agreed. The right side one here is just better. $86 effectiveness on top of 200 ER. It's actually 260 ER. It's on Strat Gauntlet. What did I say was wrong there? The right side build has absolutely more damage. Would someone in the chat, I will put the chat on screen. Would someone in the chat like to explain why the right side does way more damage than the left? Yeah. The right side is on Torrent Pen, and the left side is on no bonus damage sets. Yeah. Okay. I was so confused. I was like, you're like, Sue, what are you talking about? The left side's so much stronger. Like, I was like, whoa, like, we're talking like, guys, like, this is a difference of like 5,000 damage a hit. Like, that is a huge amount of damage. Okay. So this para, I don't hate this, actually. I think this is kind of good. Some of the stuff's a little low rolled. Like the necklace is like, right? Helmet's kind of mid, actually. The helmet, I think I would definitely replace. Excuse me. Ugh. It's like choking. That's what I get for drinking carbonated fizzy water. But yeah, definitely I think we change the helmet, and then the necklace I think is also like, the necklace is okay, right? I mean, if you have swaps on it, like you could swap up to 6 for the 6 to the 8 or 9 after maybe, just to like try to eke out stats. Same thing with the sword. 6 can go up to 9 here. I don't think this is bad. Like, I really don't. Right? I've been told that Light plays like 250, 260 speed para. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this character is like Laia. So, If you want to play her like Lia's speed as like a cleanser, I don't think that's that bad. Is that the best use of the character? No, but I think that the character does so much that you could do so much more with her than just, oh, it's a fast character for my Rylet, like a fast opener for my Rylet, right? The character is just legitimately good in a lot of scenarios. Yeah, it's Strat Gauntlet. It's basically Bastion of Hope. You just don't have to dedicate your Bastion of Hope to it. What do you mean you're not sure about it? It's a 260 ER Payra. You're not debuffing this. With the new buffs, how do we build Diane for turn 2? Well, you're not going to be able to build her tanky enough to survive, so you might as well just try to build her, like, middle of the road. I'm not saying I have the best version of Diane right now, but, like, this is what I was trying the other night, right? It was like this. And I'm playing Unfading Memories for the ER, right? Like, the Diane, unfortunately, like, Gemini Soul Weaver, if I show you the bases, you're going to be like, you can't really build this character to live a long time, right? Like, your defense is worse than Destina, Death Dealer Ray, it's worse than Rowana, it's worse than Ruel, right? And your health is way worse than Destina and Death Dealer Ray's, and it's like slightly worse than Ruel's, and then your speed is faster than those other ones, but not fast enough where you can actually build the character fast. So like it's an okay stat line for a Soul Weaver. Like, if you have to pick a stat line for a Soul Weaver, it's gonna always be Cancer here, right? Just way more HP, way more defense at the expense of only 100 HP. Or you want Pisces, right? Same thing. You still get some ER, but you get more HP than Gemini, roughly same speed as Gemini, and you get significantly more defense than Gemini. Yeah, like if you wanted a fast Soul Weaver, like Diane was considered the fast Soul Weaver for so long, and then they were just like, what if we made Taurus? Right, Taurus has slightly less defense than that stat line, 12 more speed, same ER, right? Like, Diane wants this stat line. Unfortunately, she's stuck with Gemini, which is like, meh. Sir, your gear is insane. May I have... My gear is not that insane. What are you talking... Are you talking about the DN? Alright. Like, this is just good. I wouldn't even say this is insane. This is just good. Like, the only piece on here that screams nuts is the body, probably. That's what I say. Like, when people say that, like, I have insane gear, I'm like, there are certain characters where I'm like, yeah, sure, I agree. Like, if you say, like, Ilanav, like, yeah, sure, I agree. I think Ilanav has nuts gear. But to my DN, no shot. Oh, actually, this character has insane gear also. Or at least she used to. I don't know if she's still on insane gear. But this character used to be like... Yeah, no. It's the necklace. I changed the necklace off of her. The necklace used to be... this one. 107 on Celine. Alright. Let's go next. Who do we got next? We got, Providence is up next with another Tori. Alright. What does Providence say? Okay, no notes. It looks good. I worry about damage a little bit, right? I feel like I'm worrying a little tiny bit about damage. I think maybe we could give up some speed, right? I think this body piece here that's 16 speed, I think we can kind of try to get something that's got a bit more damage, although I recognize 15 crit chance is hard to replace. Ooh, that sword is really good. Ooh, this is tough. Yeah, I wish I could get, like, really high crit damage score on the body. Like, I would like to bring my crit damage up, even if it means my speed goes down slightly.
Huge mistake!
What do you mean huge mistake? What did I do wrong, Spatial? Yeah. I think that this is like fine as is, but I mean personally, I'd like to see a little bit more crit damage or like a little bit more attack. Yeah, the sound redeems are always fun, right? Don't show your para. I like Dragon, I'm not trying to flex every one of your units. We get it, you're fast. Like, gear score on this thing is really good, though. That's my only worry is, like, is it worth it to get more damage? Like, will this kill? Literally screw this shit. I got a pity error, but the amount of drama I've experienced... Alright. Oh, hopefully you are alright, Joe. Just, like, don't take it out on chatters, like, if you're having a bad night, okay? Like, I'll just... That's all I'm asking. Just simmer down. Take it out on me? If it makes you feel better, sure. So this next one is from Anon, who asks, need more speed or bulk to survive? Question mark. Okay. So, I've said this before on other streams. I personally, this is my opinion, I do not think Lifesteal Sage Vivian is playable anymore. Right? That is pretty much what it is. So if you're asking the question, do you need more speed or bulk to survive, right? You need more bulk than you have for sure right now, if that's all you care about. If you want more bulk, you want like 1100 defense and like 13k HP on Sage Vivian at like 210 to 220 speed on Lifesteal. I still don't think that's very good. Right? I think that if you're going to play Sage Vivian, I think she is like fringe playable. And I think she only works as like Destro Torrent. I literally don't think she works any other way. And even then, I still think this is pretty fringe right now. So, if you want the answer to your actual question though, Anon, it is you need more bulk, for sure. Right? You have currently, like I said, you want about 1100 defense and about 13k HP. Is where you want to be on the character. Hard character to build on Lifesteal. Like, very, very hard character to build on Lifesteal. But even then, I just don't think it's worth it. I think if you really want to play the character, I think you just move into Destro Torrent. I think it's just a way easier build, and it has way more use cases. Also, Caleb's, I did see your question. Consensus on Tori is that she's good. She's a good character. Like, she's not, like, amazing, meta-defining, broken character. Just a very solid role player in the metagame. That is what the initial, like, early impression is. That you can absolutely use her in a lot of comps, a lot of situations. She'll be good. But, like, nothing, like, too super broken. Like, 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 unit, right? Like, I would say, like, kind of how Fene feels in, like, RTA. That's the impression that I'm getting. Where it's, like, it's a good unit. But it's not, like, a top tier unit, right? Like, it's a nice tier 2 unit. Yeah, games are just way too quick right now for Lifesteal Sage Vivian. I agree with that. Yup, that's exactly it. That's why it's hard to play someone Sage Vivian right now, dude. You you make a move and then Tenya's like, teach those baddies a lesson. SSV dies. Oh yeah. I think Tori is like a pretty reasonably balanced unit. Like, I was worried that because her buffs are undispellable, that there might be like a really broken interaction, and there still could be one, you know, maybe not today, maybe like 8 or 9 months from now, there might be a broken interaction. I've said that before. I don't think that the character is broken. I think I'm just worried about the fact of the potential of what a passive like that could be if the designers make a mess up, right? Like, Shooting Star Katie's is not that good of a unit, but Shooting Star Katie's has buffs that are really broken with Tori. So if they ever make a good character that can buff Tori, then it's like, all right, guys, like, what are we doing here? It could just instantly create a disaster, right? But as she is right now out the gate, this is the power level I think I want to see units at. Yeah, exactly. Tori scales from Cascade. Next meta will be team-wide Cascade like ML Poly giving Enrage. Don't even. That would make me so mad. Alright, next up we have Afro Frago. That's a pretty sick name, dude. The avatar is pretty sick also. Is that Pokemon? Looks like it's Pokemon. Afro Frago says, it seems like this character doesn't do enough damage. Should I lower the speed and add more damage? Your damage is fine. Why do you feel like this doesn't do enough damage? If anything, you're at like the lowest speed that you can play. I'm very confused why you think this doesn't do enough damage. Are you not stacking enough books? Or are you trying to play this into... Like, what are you trying to play it into? That's the real question. Because, like, you have, like, more damage than I do. And I can kill things. But the thing is, I know that there are certain things that Ludwig can't kill. Things are just too damn tanky to just cleave through with just Ludwig. Yeah, if you're trying to cleave through, like, ML Ludwig, or, like, the team is, like... Not ML Ludwig, I'm sorry, ML Illinev. If you're trying to cleave through ML Illinev, it's not gonna work. Or if, like, your opponent is playing, like... 30k more and like, you know, Dragon Bride Senya and like Harsetti, like if that's their 3-man team, like you're not cleaving that. It's designed to not be cleavable. Yeah. I think it is a draft problem. I think you're just picking him in spots where he's not gonna ever kill. Like unless you have like literally 4 books, he's not killing. Right? Same thing, Albedo. Like if you play against like Albedo, plus Harsetti plus Dragon Bride Senya or something, like, or you have like a 28k, you know, young Senya plus Albedo plus whatever, Dragon Bride Senya, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's designed to not be cleavable. Like, that's kind of the thing. Like, they made units too damn tanky so you couldn't cleave them. And now they're trying to play catch up by making characters that do way too much damage. Yeah, exactly. Eternal Wanderer Ludwig is like a 4th, 5th pick. If you don't ban it, you die when your opponent isn't drafting just all tanks. Like, there was a time where the Eternal Wanderer Ludwig could kill all tanks. But that's not anymore because they just decided that everything needs to be just absurdly tanky now. Even me, somebody who wants to play tanks, is like, yeah, units are just way too damn tanky. Like, like, games feel like, from what I've seen, they're just snowball fast. Like, either the team is just too tanky and you can't kill it and then they run you over, or you just completely get a foothold in the game and your opponent just never gets a turn and they just die. It feels so bad. Like, they need to, like, bring like 4 or 5 characters in line so that way the game feels pretty open. Like the game, for as much as we complain about it, there's like 4 or 5 units that I think that if they fix them, it would be good. Like fix Afternoon Soak Flan, fix Sea Phantom Politis, fix Imperial Illinev, fix Harsetti, right? And then like maybe you fix Luna, right? Or BBK. I'll take BBK, yeah. I think BBK is more broken than Luna, right? You bring those 5 characters down, like a whole like half step or a whole step, and the game's fine, right? Like if those 5 characters were global banned, right? If you global ban BBK, Harsetti, Empyrean Elanav, Sea Phantom Politis, Afternoon Soak Flan. You global ban those 5 characters. I think it's a good format. I think it's a good format at that point. Yeah, but Amiki has counters, man. She dies to Veronica. She dies to Mort. Your opponent's not pre-banning that, like both of those, right? It's not happening. Dies to Luna. Alright, let's move on to Zeth Flash. Looking for a better necklace, definitely. Also, does this gem swap make sense? Let me look. Let's look at the gem swap first. Yeah, that's a standard 1 swap. Yeah, if you just want HP, that's a good swap. That's a good exchange. Looking at the Zio. Good speed, good damage, good crit chance, good crit damage, good effect. Great hybrid Zio. Amazing hybrid Zio. It's like literally textbook. 3,500, 1,000, 10k, 260, 50, 250, 100. It's like literally perfect stats. Great looking Zio. What is this? We move on to the next one. Is Jewel Gong. So we got 2 Zios in a row. Oh, so this is an app. This is a cleave Zio. Okay. Oh, wow. This one's also good. Not as much damage, right? This one's also quite good. Yeah, this is quite good. Wow, dude, look at that, dude. Like 2 back-to-back, like banger Zios. Look at that. These are really good. Both of these are really good. Yeah. Missing 1 crit actually unplayable. That's what I said, German. Like, my Ludwig, right? My Ludwig is this Ludwig with 500 less attack. Zios like this are why you built the 300 ER para? Yeah. Yeah, this Zio, dude, both of these Zios are really good, right? Like, this one scares ER players, bro, but this scares me as somebody who doesn't want to get run down aggro. Like, this one probably hits like a truck, bro. Alright. Let's go next. Oh, this is one that I've been waiting to see somebody post all night. Somebody posted a blue Crow. Who was supposed to this? This is Jin Rose. With Crow back in the mix, is it better to have more bulk and cut down on the speed? Also, what's a better artifact now? Adamant Shield. Adamant Shield or Bastion of Pelusia, I think, are the best artifacts for the character, right? If you're on Bastion of Pelusia, it makes it more difficult for him to get reset by certain characters, right? So that way, because remember, he only keeps his mitigation. He only has his built-in Arius as long as he doesn't get his cooldowns reset. So by buff stacking with some ER, right, Bastion could be pretty good. Also, you know, helps with the barrier and like immunity for characters like Tori if you want to play her in the backline with him. But like otherwise, you just go the tried and true route with like how Arwell played Adamant Shield, right? Because then you have Aureus mini passive, you have Adamant Shield, and those two together make it so you take significantly less damage, right? Now, as for how you build him, any stat line that you can build on Last Rider Crow works on Crow, right? And so if it was me, right, I would just build him the same way I build Last Rider Crow. Right? So you could go Hell Set with Bastion or Pelusia to make up for your lack of immunity, right? Like this is how if I was building Blue Crow, this is how I'd build him. I would build like 15, 1600 defense, like 30, 31 KHP, 200 speed, about 100 ER. And then I'd play him either on immunity with Adamant Shield, or I'd play him Hell Set with Bastion or Pelusia. They have the same stat line. Alright, so here is, so you can see Light Knight Pisces, top left-hand corner. Right, you could see it. I mean, yes, the sponsor logo is hiding it, but you can see Knight Pisces, right? Knight Pisces, right? So if I literally went and just grabbed all of my gear off of Crow, right? Like if I just went and grabbed everything off of Last Rider. Oh, do I really not have flat health here on our boy Crow, our boy Last Rider? Like just to prove the point here for you. Yeah, so you could see, like, I don't have as many imprints, but you could see it's still 94 ER, same defense, just less HP. And that's largely due to less imprints, also different artifact. So that's how I would play the character, right? You don't necessarily have to play the same way that I'm thinking of playing it, but that's how I would play it, right? And like that stat line has never really failed me. The big challenge with Crow, right, is that his, like most Pisces across most Zodiac symbols, really, like they have really high defense and they have very mid to low HP compared to their peers. So the big challenge for building Crow is how do you get his HP high? That's going to be the big challenge. Trying to get his HP up, especially because he's a Mid Knight. Mitigation Knights, because they share damage, their HP goes down faster than you would think it would. And they don't use the defense score as much as you think they would. Right? I explained this before in a previous stream, but like, if I have, like a Crow that's like 25k HP but 2000 defense, right? And then I have a Crow that's like 1400 defense but like 30k HP. The 30k HP one probably lives longer because when one of Crow's teammates gets hit, let's say you have like an 800 defense Celine, right? And she gets hit, that damage, she takes like 10,000 damage, right? And Crow absorbs like 10 or 20% of that off the share. He's got to literally just straight up take that damage, like 2,000 of that damage to the dome. Like as like true damage because it's shared, right? So because the characters on Crow's team have less defense than Crow, he's going to absorb more true damage into his HP pool and he's going to mitigate less damage with his actual defense than you would think. Right? So that's why high HP is like king on Arius characters. You really, really want high HP. So like 25k HP is like not really that good. Like the barrier is like you're playing a knight that has like 6,400 health when other knights have like 7k roughly. Like 6,900 or like 7k. So he's just like coming from a disadvantage in that aspect. But he makes up for it by having like 780 defense. So you don't really need to dedicate defense. Like, right? Like this helmet you have here for Blue Crow, 121, right? This is like pretty terrible on him because it scales pretty terribly. Like this is like 15% defense on Crow. It's not that much. Right, this is 2 rolls that you got in flat health, right? Because it's about 35 or so, give or take, per roll. And then you obviously get the rest from Reforges. So this is like 2 rolls into this, right? This would be normally 24% defense if it was actual percentage rolls. Instead, you got like 14%. You just gave up 8% stats. That's why it's 80 equipment score, in case you're wondering why it seems so low. I think that 270 speed is good for Zio. I got outsped a couple times. Then the people you're playing with are insanely fast, or you just got speed RNG. But it's more likely they're just insanely fast. Like 270 speed, only way 270 speed Zio is getting outsped is if your opponent is like literally like 315 with speed imprints. It's like the only way. You're playing against like, you're either not banning imprints or you're just playing him into spots where your opponent is just literally so hard committed to not getting outsped that you should have just chosen a different strategy. Can the game make it so I can resist fixed damage? No. Alright. Make you a deal, Brad. You're allowed to resist fixed damage. We delete Spirit Eye Celine from the game. Those are the terms. No deal. That's what I thought. Fixed damage exists to make sure that characters like Spirit Eye Celine are not allowed to be good. This guy, okay. Alright, I see you. I see you, Diamond, in the chat. Okay, I got you. I'm getting trolled. Think I don't know who that is. Alright. Alright, this one's pretty good. Alright, this one's really good. Alright, so Celty posted a banger. I love this so much. Celty posted, "Hey Sue, will this help get me to Diamond?" And then Diamond is crossed out and it says, "I mean Masters." Dude, I love this so much. It's my boy Reed. It's my boy Mr. Fantastic. Dude, I love that his name is Bedman. Like from Guilty Gear, it's Bedman, but like it's funny because we always call this move that he does the mattress. Because he looks like he turns into a mattress and like waddles around. Dude, why does he have a toothbrush as his weapon? The boots are blue sandals. Bro, he's on counter set. Dude, why is he on 5-piece counter set? Why isn't he on 4-piece counter set pen? What the fuck? Oh my god, this gets worse the longer I look at it. Bro, who made this? Did you make this? Cell made this? Oh my god, dude. How much effort did you put into this shit post? I just realized, yeah, why is the blue gear really good? Like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, the blue gear is 75 gear score. Like, what the hell, dude? Wait, it's an... I just realized, this is Shoe's stat line. This is literally blue Shoe, but it's on Stapified Silicone. This is the best one, dude. This is the best one. Oh my god, dude. Sal, you're amazing. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, he has pen set active despite only having one piece of pen gear. He's missing an awakening too. Oh my god, this is good. I told you you'd be able to. Dude, where's the Bucky? I want to see the Bucky, bro. Dude, this is peak. This is like legitimately the funniest thing somebody's submitted in a while. I can't with this. Yeah, you delivered. Yeah, that's what I said. I forgot about this from last week. I forgot about this from last week. Oh, dude. Oh my god, bro. Next week, you know, he's gonna submit my girl, the Invisible Woman, and there's not gonna be any portrait there. Oh. I can't, dude. This is good. Alright, I appreciate that. Alright, this next one is from SS and DMX6 Love, I guess. So I don't know what your handle is in here, but we'll just call you DMX. And I miss DMX. All right, so we got ourselves a BBK here, right? Here's our BBK. All right, had to get the chat situated. Okay, this looks really good. It's very in line with all the other ones that we've seen. Alexa's Basket over Wind Rider, right? I guess. Like, yeah, I guess that works. Yeah, I mean, I guess it works. It's like, you want to play for the high roll or you want to play for consistency? Yeah, Basket Cab is OP. You're right. I don't think there's anything we can change. No swaps. Nah. I think we're good. I think this is as good as it gets, alright? Unless you could find a way to find a higher rolled helmet, I think this is as good as it gets. Yeah, it's like 70% chance for attack buff too, yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. I think this is good. Alright, we're just gonna move on to Tabby here. Like I said, DMX is like pretty much standard cleave / aggro BBK, right? Alright, so this was a Jacko Valentine for Valentine's Day. Hey, that was why, in case you're wondering, as you're watching on YouTube, why is the thumbnail Elf Out Valentine? It's because it's Valentine's Day. Anyways, unsure if this is correct. This looks pretty good to me. 220 is the standard for Jacko, right? 220 speed, around 4k attack, 300 crit damage is standard. Yeah, I don't like, some of this stuff's a little low roll, but it's not enough for me to want to say like, no, don't use it, right? Like, it seems good. Hoping that it's good. It looks good. Looks good to me. Right? Like, I mean, if you want to see, like, mine has more damage, but like, I have less speed, right? You can see, like, here's mine. So like, I have like about 11 less crit damage than you, but like almost 10 less speed. Right? But you're on Torrent, which is more likely to do more damage than mine in the face of all the pen resistance. I think this is fine. Yeah, I mean, if you could find a way to squeak out like maybe 5 more points of crit damage or like maybe 50 more attack, that would help you out. But I don't know really where you pick that up. I mean, your best chance is maybe the actual like ring, but then you're losing the 150 flat, right? So you go back down to like 3,800. So it's like, what gains are you really getting there? I think having extra imprints or a 30 Merciless Glutton is going to help you out the most. Because like, I have a 30 artifact, so I have like naturally like 140 attack on you. And I think I have more imprints too, right? No, actually I don't. I don't have any imprints, but still. The artifact is still doing a lot of heavy lifting. They ruined Euphene Labyrinth, Sag, yeah. Yeah, Tabby, this looks pretty good. Alright. We move on to Gargantos, 104, my guildmate. Because remember, lawsuit pending. We can't call him Shuma anymore. He's Gargantos. So Gargantos asks, should I mod the flat HP in the chest for C damage? What does that get you? Is that low 2 rolls or roll 1 roll high? I can't tell, chat. Is that 1 roll high? Or is that 2 rolls low? It's got to be one roll high, right? Because 23 would be 2 rolls minimum. 9 is base default. And the only way to get 14 is 2 rolls. So yeah, it has to be 1 roll high. It's 11 crit damage, so it's 1 roll high, so you get 11. So then you lose 500 HP, so you go down to 25.6, and then you gain 11 to go to 22.8, and then overall the gear score is 12, 35, 44, 72, and currently it is... Hold on. Currently, it is... So it's 72. I'm trying to see what gets you more stats overall. Right. So 622. And then... So 503... Oh, divided by 62. Hold on, divided by 6266 is 8%. So 8%, so 8. So we had 72 versus 31, 40, 28. So you actually get 4% more stats if you make the swap to crit damage. You gain 4% stats total. You gain 4 gear score. So seems like it's a pretty open shut case, right? You just gain 4 gear score on the swap. And it's not like you're losing that much. Like 500 HP seems like a lot, but like you're already well over average, right? If anything, I would worry more about having, like, only, like, 250 speed. But these rats feel too slow. I mean, this is kind of a cracked out rat. I mean, it's slow, but here's the thing, like, Lifton is playing, like, a 200 speed rat at, like, 31k HP from what I've heard. So there's a case to be made for slow rat. I think, personally, fast rat is the way. Right? I think the closer to 300 you are, the better. But look at how much we have stat-wise here. Like, we have average defense, like, even slightly above average defense. Not by much, but, like, very high HP. Speed is the thing I worry about the most, but our crit damage is pretty good. So, yeah. I think if all you care about, Shuma, right, is just going for max gear score, like Gear Score Kingdom... Then you make the swap you ask for. I think you absolutely go trade the 500 flat for the 11 crit damage. Like I said, it's a 4% gain. Yeah, hell yeah, GS Kingdom Gargantos. All right. So we'll move on to our next one here. This is Mason sharing happiness because Gear Event got her to 300 speed with a crit damage neck. Ooh. That looks like a pretty good Luluka. By the way, can I just say I like calling her supermodel Luluka more than top model. I kind of hate that it's top model Luluka. It's like, ugh. But supermodel Luluka makes so much more sense. Like Luluka Supermodelo, right? I think it's so much better. Yeah, supermodel Luluka is a way better name than top model Luluka. I think this is pretty good. My worry is the 85 crit chance, but like, whatever. The rest of it's pretty good. The purples, I think, are probably what's holding you back, but I mean, they're probably like 20 plus speed, right? Oh, look at imprint. It's not on the self-imprint. Isn't self-imprint? Let's check notes. We check notes here, right? It is crit chance, so we're good. Weekly reminder that I have never played top model Luluka and yet somehow wasted nearly 30 Malagoras in her. Tomoka is such a good nickname though. Is it though? Is it though? No, bro. Could have called her. No, I like no. Could have been Suluka. That would have been a good one. I wish the Tori and the thumbnail on YouTube was... Yeah, me too. It's actually funny. I noticed all the content creators are using the Tori in the bunny outfit, right? Like her like gym pants, like or whatever, her sweats and her like bunny hoodie. Everyone's using that one. No one uses her actual outfit, like her in-game outfit when she fights. Super idol desu ne. It is so much better. Right, yeah, Red, by the way, while I have you here, if Luna is willing to come back, and Tristan's willing to come back for part 2, I already asked Divine, but if you want to come along for part 2 of the side story, we still need a Bologna, and technically we still need a Bad Cat Armin. I was hoping to play Bad Cat Armin, but if somebody else wants to do it, they are more than welcome to take Bad Cat Armin. So... we call summer Lulica de Quibon, which is a brand of ice cream in Brazil. Okay, I actually did not know that. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad. But that's actually kind of funny. There's a Lulica brand ice cream in Brazil. Today I learned. That's pretty funny. Mason, you also posted a Tori here. Since you're new here, I usually only do one per, right? I only usually do one character per person per stream. I don't think Destro is the way on the character. I'll just say that right now. I don't think this is bad stats, but I think that you probably have a better version of the character on Pen, Torrent, Immunity for the 3-piece set. So try to look into that, see what your options are. Oh, don't worry. I really gotta remind more people about it because I used to say it all the time. But most people now are regulars because they've been doing this segment for like 6 months, so I kind of forget sometimes there are new people that come through. So that's my bad. Don't worry about it. Yep. Oh, don't worry. You don't have to apologize. So next up is Lope. My counter Fene. I really like her, but I'm curious to see what you think. Thanks, bro. Alright, let's see. Ooh, that's high defense. Health is, alright. I'd like a little bit more health, but the defense is very, very good. Crit damage is good. Speed is, I think this is probably pretty good. That helmet is tragically low rolled. Especially because this character does kind of bad with attack percentage. It's fine on the sword because, well, those are really the only stats you can have on the sword. But I don't think you really want that on the helmet. I think that helmet's not the best in terms of rolling, but the rest of this looks pretty good. Shoes maybe a little bit better, right? So this character only has 620 attack, right? So when you like number crunch that, right? So you have 18% attack, right? So you only get like 100 flat attack out of that. It's almost next to nothing. Like, notice how you're not even breaking 1500 attack, right? And your character has about 1200 base attack after just the sword, the artifacts, and your base stats. So, like, collectively, you have how much here? 27. You have 42% attack, right? Like, 2/3 of a ring, and you only get, like, 200 attack off of it. So it's just not worth it. Right? So I think I would look into getting definitely a new helmet. Possibly a new set of boots. I actually think that the necklace is like okay if we could swap this 6% health up to 9%. I think I'm okay with it then, because then it gives a lot of bulk as well as some good crit chance there. Body's insane. Ring is decent. Right? And then like I said, sword is passable. Celestine is so good, huh? I mean, you're the only one I've seen that's played Celestine so far, Brad. I mean, I'm not saying that's bad. I think the reason why people aren't playing Celestine, though, on Fene is because most people only have one Celestine, and it's by far, you know, it's best in slot, like, by leaps and bounds, I feel like, on Blood Moon Haste. And I think most people, Blood Moon Haste sees more usage in more scenarios in RTA, so they're more likely to put their one Celestine on a stronger character that sees more usage. Tristan says he thinks Celestine is best in slot in Fene for some hunts, but anywhere else, it's mid AF. I don't think I agree with that. I think that it is a good choice. I think it is a good choice. I just think that, again, most people, right, they're not like, I have 2 Celestines, right? But most people don't have 2 Celestines. And I think if you put a gun to someone's head and said, somebody's got to get your Celestine, they're going to tell you it's Blood Moon Haste if they have it. Like, if only one character on your account can have Celestine, it's BM Haste. He's too strong of a character with that artifact. He's kind of broken. Bro, we've established this already. Like, Tristan's over here going like, I have 3 Celestines. And as we already established, this man is like literally legend level gear in disguise, man. Man's a Decepticon. So yeah, I actually like this one a lot, though. Again, probably would change the helmet. Try to lose some of the excess attack, right, on the boots. Next up we have Zelophinia. Welcome back. Slap some stuff on Crow. How's he look? Also, is this the right artifact now? Yes, I think Adamant Shield is very good on him. I think Bastion of Pelusia, like I said, is also pretty good on him. As for how we're looking, HP feels a little light. It's not the worst, but it feels a little light. I think we could do a bit better. And I think ER is also just a little bit light. I think if you're going to play health set on him, I think Bastion of Pelusia is probably a bit better. So that way you have your immunity and your barrier kind of covered, right? The barrier, not so much, but it's more about the immunity. Immunity's kind of making a big comeback. You don't want to get into a situation where your opponent has the ability to potentially like push back his cooldowns without some kind of resistance, right? It's just nice to have, I think. But if you can't do that, just by all means stay with health. But like Adamant or Bastion, your choice. Sword is great. Do not change that sword. The sword is nuts. Helmet is passable. Body, I think we could do a bit better. The 9 crit chance is kind of not great. And then the 2 speed also not great. So it's like only getting 50% efficiency out of this thing. Right? If we could swap the effectiveness here, the 12F, if we could change it to 12 ER, that basically solves our ER problem entirely. We can do better than this ring for sure. 29% defense is obviously a lot of defense, but this character is always got a surplus of defense. Even if you only had 1400 defense, if you had 30k HP, I think it's worth it. So for me, I would probably nix the ring and try to get something that has a bit more flat HP, more ER on the character. And I think, again, same thing. I think we can do a bit better with the boots, right? Like, not a lot of HP, but a lot of defense. And I don't think this character needs defense as badly as he does HP. So I think I would focus on changing out the ring and the boots first and foremost. I'd try to get them more shored up. I'd get those swaps in on the necklace. And then at that point, I think I'd evaluate probably going for a body that has both HP and defense on it to kind of recover some of the missing defense. That's the way I think I'd approach it. All right, we move on to Calum here. How many do we got left here? Oh, we're about to hit the end here. It's just Calum and then Weebos after that. So, surprisingly, we actually made it through the queue. Oh. What the hell, dude? I literally I turned left and then saw I was like, how? I literally looked at speed, because when Calum submits, I'm like, cool. First thing to look at is speed. Then look at everything else. I saw 271 and I saw it was Flan and I was like, whoa. Yo, calm down, bro. Like, What's that song? What is it? TV Off from GNX by Kendrick, bro? You know, put up my foot up on the gas because somebody had to do it. That's this man right here. That's Caleb. Caleb is just like, foot goes on gas, never let up, ever. Holy shit. Dude, how do you have so much speed gear? What the hell? What would be a good speed for a fast aim arrow? 240 plus, 250. I think if you could hit 250 while maintaining like 15 to 1600 defense with like 17 to 18 KHP, if you could do that, right? And then either have 3000 attack plus book or have like 85 to 100 effectiveness with book, but you know, skipping on the attack, that's fine. Any thoughts or tweaks? Bro, what the hell do you want me to tweak? My man, you literally were just like, this is the best piece. You know, this is the best speed flan in the world. How can I improve it? And it's just like, what? 6 health to 9 health on the boots? But I assume you probably swapped the 48 flat on there. And I'm not going to tell you to ever swap a perfect piece, like a craft, like a choose your own craft. I'm never going to say change that 9F to something else. That's not happening. Where's the 9? Yeah, same thing on the necklace. Like, it's just perfect crafting pieces. Yeah, dude, this is nuts. Actually, yo, keep it in a stack. I actually think your sword could be better. Right? Because, like, at that speed, screw HP. Just run them over. So why am I not choosing a sword that's either... Like, I would take, like, an 8 speed sword with more damage than this. Like, if I could get something that has more damage... Like, the HP, like, be damned. It doesn't matter, right? If I could get something with comparable speed with more damage, I'm taking it. That's the only thing I could see, like, that's, like, very obvious we could possibly get away with changing it. Is the sword. Do you need more speed? I think you just need more damage. Like, if you want more damage, like, imagine this, right? Imagine if you had 18 attack, 18 crit damage... on that sword with like 8 speed. I'd take that trade all day, dude. Like, okay, so you're 268 speed, but you got 300 crit damage. I take that trade all day. I think that's the only one. That's the only thing that makes any sense. All right, so the last one here is for Guibos, right? This is our third top model Luluka. I was not expecting to get 3 top model Lulukas for Valentine's Day. It says, using her to bridge with Para and deal with annoying revivers. Ooh, that body is not it. That body is tragic. Would I go down to 282 crit damage, but what do I get in exchange? Caleb's on that flan. What do I get in exchange? Do I get like 500 attack? If yes, then sure. If you tell me speed, no. Oh, that's right. I forgot supermodel Luluka. Wow, that's such a good sword for a purple. Perfect helmet, perfect necklace. Ring is solid. Boots are pretty perfect subs, but like pretty poor overall, right? That's like 26, 25% attack. Like, we could do better on the attack if you can find something with the same subs but roll better, right? That boot, I don't know what it started as, but that might be worth a reroll. That might be worth a reroll if you just got a bunch of them laying around. But that body is abysmal. Like, we gotta do better than that. So, better body... better shoes if we can get it. Like, shoes are playable, right? they're playable, right? It's hard to be better than 25% attack, 15 crit damage, 8 crit chance. Like, it's very hard to find a body or like a pair of shoes that's gonna be better than that. Give you more offensive stats than that. But if you can find it, like, go for it. But that body is like not very good, right? Like, it's mid-tier speed, starting crit chance, and like it's basically what you rolled is basically 2 times mid-tier in speed, and then or actually it's more like you rolled three speed, like 3 low rolls in speed, and then like 1 or 2 mid rolls in crit damage. Not even, man. Like, that's like literally having max crit damage and then rolling on max and then hitting 3 rolls in speed is basically a purple. I don't even know how you managed to get that combination, because the rest of it, like, the 6% defense feels like it's a swap that wasn't max rolled. The 5% is a starting value, and then the rest is just all low rolls. Yeah, it's basically three rolls in speed, 3 mid rolls in speed, and then 2 low rolls in crit damage. Yeah, it's just not a good body. It's a pretty bad body. What is this, Calum's? I could also swap my flan sword for this also. Alright, but like, real talk. What does a 280 speed flan get you that a 270 doesn't? Because I don't think you get anything out of it other than the shock factor. Like, it looks good on paper, but in practice, does it actually do anything? Do you actually get anything more out of flan at 280 versus 270? Like, because to me, this just looks like I gave away 13 crit damage, or 11 crit damage, 50 attack and 600 HP for fun. I literally, like, there comes a breaking point where too much of something doesn't matter anymore. Right? Against cleavers, to be honest? Only against cleavers, to be honest. Okay. I mean, yeah, but like, cleavers, like, how many times I feel like with your speed, from what I've seen, I feel like you were always the aggressor. I don't ever feel like you are getting outgunned unless you're coming against people with like fat pockets. Like, we're talking like top 10 ladder players. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, unless you're playing like an elf mage, right? Or you're playing like a KJ. I don't think this matters. I think this matters like against KJ, and like that's it. I think if you play against KJ, then it matters. If you play against anybody in the world other than KJ, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. Like, because the thing is, like, Elf Mage could probably race you, but, like, I don't think that he would do it. Like, he might try, but, like, at some point, I know Elf Mage will back down. He'll pivot. KJ won't pivot. KJ will suicide race you off the cliff. I think it's good, but the speed versus Elegod, maybe. I don't know. I just think that, like, because you don't want Flan to be your fastest unit. There's going to be somebody faster than Flan, right? And the person that's faster than Flan, right? Your Flan being 270 versus 280 doesn't matter, because in both instances, if you have turn 1, whatever action that character takes, Flan has turn 2. So at that point, if she's already going to get the dual attack to take turn 2 no matter what, why wouldn't I just make the dual attack deal more damage? Anyways, back to this one here for Guibos, right? So, yeah, no, I think this was it. Yeah, we basically already summarized it. It was just bodies not good, boots could be better. Yeah, it's the old PvP pen set, I'm aware, and it's really, really bad. Like, most arena sets, like, I've said this before, right? But most arena sets in this game, okay, the ones since they revamped arena are actually good, right? But most older arena sets are basically starter gear. They are almost always scams. They are great gear to get you started, but they are very rarely the ones that you finish on your build, right? Because by design, right? By design, a lot of these old arena set pieces, right? Let's see if I can find them. They always have, like this one, right? So this is the newer stuff. The newer stuff, look at this. There's no wasted stats. Right? It's all perfect subs. But like, compare this to like older arena sets, right? Like this one, right? So this one, I had to swap on effectiveness because we had a wasted stat. Right? And even then, that one's more recent, but like, let's see. Like, see here, look, here's a health set one. But it has attack on it, and it doesn't roll high. Right? Here's the pen set in question. It always rolls low. This set's always garbage. It always rolls low. A lot of these like older arena sets like don't usually roll particularly well, right? See, like here's like an older hit set. Right? So it's a hit set piece, right? Look at the subs. What character is using this, right? I mean, that's an extreme example, but like I think I have the body in question, right? That you are using on the character? The pen set? I might have gotten rid of it because it's so bad. Like, here's an immunity set from the old one. Like, look. You look at this and you might be thinking, oh, but this could be good on a Soul Weaver or a tank. But no matter what, nobody's using this crit hit chance. And if you are using this crit hit chance, you're not using the ER. And if you're using the ER and the crit hit chance, then you're not using the HP and the defense. So it's like almost always, these old ones are like kind of traps, right? So you have like counter body, right? Counter body. Counter characters, they want health. They might want crit chance. They might want crit damage. But you know what they usually don't want? They don't want speed. Because they're just trying to maximize damage and bulk. And the speed, some of it's good. But like you probably don't need it, right? Like this would have been a better piece if it was health, defense, crit chance, crit damage. Like, and that's like kind of how that is for that whole set. That one, the blue counter set, right? Here's like, again, pen set, right? All right, so here's the pen set. Bruiser. Once HP, once crit chance, once crit damage. Doesn't really want attack, and certainly doesn't want F. So like I said, it's just like these arena set pieces of old, usually you have to swap something, because like who's playing this? No one's playing this. Like, I just hold on to it for the hell of it. But most of the time, the old arena sets are bad. They are very bad. Like, only like the last like 3 arena sets have been good. Why can't New Kid Auden use Savior Auden's artifact? Because the character is bad. Millard says, here's another extreme example. Yeah, say... So let's say you're on health set, HP percentage, and then there's speed, crit chance, crit damage. All great health scaling bruisers. But attack is the dud landmine stat that nobody wants. Kim says, I think I found the sweet spot for it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That looks great. That looks great. That's way more damage. Maybe Robbie wants it? True. It's a perfect Robbie piece? Sure. Okay, one character, right? But that's my point. Usually these old arena sets are not good, right? They are not good. It's only the newer stuff, right? The stuff that's like, you know... yeah, this one's okay, right? Like, that set was like, okay. But it's like, the further back you go, the worse it was. Like, they didn't give you anything. Like, look at, like, this one. If this didn't roll speed, this thing would be trash. And honestly, this thing is still kind of not good. How you guys like my 110 equipment score piece on Blue Corinne? The true line where things got good is when they started selling the arena double up battle pass. I guess. Abyss Lifesteal is a scam? That's a lie. That's cap, my boy. That is such premium bruiser gear, man. Like premium lifesteal gear, dude. I still, to this day, man. To this day, these pieces are still bangers. That is insanity to me that you think that the freebie Abyss gear like was not good. So where's the lifesteal one on this one? Oh man, maybe this one didn't roll super good for me. Even boots. Boots have always been like a banger for CZ. Alright. Where ring? Show ring. Hello? Ring? Where bloodthirsty ring? Uh-oh, here it is, yeah. Okay, this one kind of scam. Oh, it rolled F for you? I'm so sorry. It's just that simple, bro. Luna necklace rolls good on Luna. It is foretold. I got a 109 equipment score, Hell Raid sword with 70% attack and 30 crit chance. That seems OP. Soon, 460. Soon, next week, 460 gear score Hwa-Young. I'll show you guys when it's done. Alright guys, it's 11 o'clock. That'll bring us to exactly 4 hours for Fix It Friday. Alright. I only do usually one per person per week, and we've hit the end of the queue. So I think this is actually a pretty good spot to end on here, right? So I will be streaming again tomorrow for those of you guys who want to. Around 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow, so like late afternoon, early evening, we will be doing red lobbies. I will update the tier list in the morning. I'll make a post on YouTube like you can, normal. You'll be able to see the ban list there. I'll also post it in the Discord, right? So if you guys were to come through for a couple hours tomorrow for some red lobbies, basically some low tier mock battles, right? Get to play your old favorite units like Red Sarmia, Blue Luna, right? Green Vivian. Have some fun playing characters that haven't been good in like 4 years or so in RTA. Make sure to come through for that. It'll be a pretty good time. I think we'll have a lot of fun with that, right? Hey, thank you So Solid for the gifted. Appreciate it. Who ended up getting it? Allison. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. And I want to thank HelloFresh again for sponsoring Fix It Friday. I will see you guys tomorrow, right, for red lobbies. Also, for those of you guys who've been waiting for it, the Abyss Challenge Mode videos, the next 2 should drop tomorrow. So you'll be able to see those tomorrow morning, early afternoon. Oh, thank you so much, Sasad. Appreciate it. All right, guys, have a wonderful night.